Oh, right, I forgot to do that. My bad. Hold on. Let me hide VTube Studio until it's actually on the screen. I knew I forgot something. Well, in the meantime, yo everybody, hi, my name is Lampy Moth, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of... What am I trying to say again? I'm not gonna lie, my brain completely went kaput on that one. Anyway, hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those rigging streams. Today, we are finishing off the Rot Moth. We have it nearly done. Check out them wings. That's my favorite part. I'm also gonna lower the volume on my microphone. I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay, and happy weekend. That's the word I'm looking for. I don't remember what I'm trying to say anymore, but we'll figure it out along the way. I might be a bit tired, but I can assure, to answer what Quee asked, I can assure you I did get sleep. Maybe not the best of sleep, but I got sleep. But yeah, we're gonna finish this sucker off. The only things we're missing right now is the antennae physics. And where is it? The antenna physics and the jar cannon animation. The jar cannon, yeah, the jar cannon rigging is done, but
I don't believe you.
You don't have to. Also, thank you for the bits there, Riker. Thank you for stopping by. Save your money. Also, I gotta do the greeting right after, but we got the rigging done for the cannon, but now we need to animate it to where, you know, it actually does the firing. It shoots the gun and, you know, boom, you know, that sort of thing. We need to make boom. I think those are right words. But yeah, happy weekend, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for the hydrate there, Noobles. Let's give a shout out to Spicy Noobles, by the way. We got to give a couple of shout outs before we get started. Go check out the Spicy Noobles. They play a good variety of games. Very, very, very unique designs. Like, they're a head and a bowl of ramen. They also have many other different modes. They got the Halloween model. They got the little bug. I like the bug. The bug is very funny looking. I say that in a good way. I like the bug. It looks funny. What they say makes it even funnier. Very entertaining streams, too. Very interactive with their chat. And they say some really out-of-pocket stuff. I wouldn't even say sometimes. It's like, most of the time, regular, simple conversation, regular, simple topics, and then out of nowhere, they throw a very out-of-pocket, how do I put it? they throw a very out-of-pocket threat towards someone in the one of the most unusual threats you're ever going to hear. But you know, like, if someone actually hits you with that kind of threat, you know that'd be very concerning to deal with. So yeah, go check them out. Very funny, very entertaining, really great people. And with that, also good to see you there, 10, Zelda, Tron. Let's give a shout out to Tron. If you haven't checked out Imatron, go check them out. They also do art and they also play a good variety of games. Really cool stuff over there as well. If you haven't seen them, you're doing yourself a disservice. Welcome on in there, Ryu. Good to see you there, Kui. Let's give a shout out to Kui as well. Why is that surprisingly loud? Is that just me or is that surprisingly loud? That should not have been as loud as it is. Or at least on my end, that was extremely loud, and that should not have been as loud as it was. But yeah, let's give a shout out to Kui. You know what? It might just be on my end. Oh yeah, it's at 30. No wonder. It's at 30 on my end. Go check out the Kui. I highly recommend that you do. They play a good variety of games. Really fun times over there. They play all sorts of stuff. They're planning on playing the Resident Evils. They play a lot of Night Rain. All sorts of stuff. Go check them out when you get the opportunity. I highly recommend that you do. Welcome on in there, Acres. Good to see you there, Plague. Let's give a shout out to Plague as well. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're just going to roll on through. Hope everyone had a great weekend, and always remember, never worry about how you spent your weekend. Spend it however you like, spend it however you wish, so long as you ain't hurting nobody. Don't let anyone tell you how you gotta spend it. Hey Lampy, yo Plague, hope things are well. Everybody go check out Plague, go watch the Plague. Very funny stream, really great people. This looks sick? Yeah, thank you there Acres, I greatly appreciate that. And hope you're having a good weekend there, buddy. This one, I'm not gonna lie, it took a bit of work, mostly because of the wings. The wings were the part that was a bit of a struggle to figure out. Like, how do I get those wings to look rotten and fleshy and somewhat... Okay, to be fair, the mushroom design was not the intent, but it came out that way, and I'm actually okay with that. I actually liked how that part came out. Also, High Dragon Warrior, welcome on in. Let's give a shout out to High Dragon. How was the Arton? I hope it went well. Or not the Arton, the Yu-Gi-Oh games. That's what I'm trying to say. How was the Yu-Gi-Oh games? I saw you were playing that earlier today. Hope they've been good. Go check out High Dragon Warrior if you're a big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. Especially if you're a big fan of Master Duel, that's a good place to go. Go check them out when you get the chance. I highly recommend it. The new model is coming along. Yo, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Also, thank you for the 35 stream streak. Holy moly. I woke the bug up with Everdark Balancers. He was extra toasted. Blame the Queen. True. Yo, Umbro, thank you for the 13 months.
Hi, Lampy. How are you doing? I hope things have been going well for you and you've been getting good sleep. 13 months though. How time flies. Cheers to you and your...
My bad, I forgot. I kind of put a timer to 10 seconds on the text to speech. Because the last couple of times have been going have been going a bit too long last time. I think the last time was like passing the 20-minute or the 20-second mark. I was like, okay, this is a little much. But thank you there, Umbra. We're just going to finish off the last of that. Cheers to you and your accomplishments. Keep being awesome. Thank you there, Umbra. I greatly appreciate that. And we got to give a shout out to Umbra as well. Hold on, man. Let's give a shout out to Umbra. If you haven't checked out Umbra, go do so as well. Umbra, I should be having... Okay, this coming week, I should be working on your badge. So look forward to that. The badges are coming in there right this week. But yeah, folks, go check out Umbra. Really awesome people, really cool streams. Why is there a hype train? That's not important. Really fun streams, really amazing people. Really chill times over there too. It can get pretty funny sometimes as well, especially when they're hanging out with their friends and they're just trolling Umbra sometimes, or vice versa. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. But yeah, blame the Queen. We were fighting Everdark Balancers earlier this morning, which I might fight some more later today. if there's time, because I'm not gonna lie, I found an interesting build today. Well, not an interesting build. I found it sometime last week, but there's a build with Revenant where they end up being one of the tankiest characters you ever done seen, and I'm gonna show that to you. I'm gonna try to show that to you sometime this week as well, because I really want to show that. I want to show this build that I stumbled upon with what's it called, freaking Revenant. Because I think I think it came out pretty well. Look forward to it. Lampy, do you remember that personal care comes first? Let me get back to you on that one. Moonborn Ghosty, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Crew. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. No, Brocky forgore? Nah, it's not so much that I forgore. It's that I neglect. You know what? I could have said ignore. That would have worked better. Oh well. Next time.
Lamp intense, lamp intense, lamp intense.
Thank you for subscribing for 3 months in advance. Wait, hold on a minute. Wait. Hold on a minute. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Jiro.
Maybe don't neglect that personal care.
You know what? You're right. I shouldn't neglect it. Don't forgore, just ignore. Oh, wrong one. Thank you for the bits. I greatly appreciate that. And Peak, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Peak. If you haven't checked out Peak, go do so. They're really good at the Elden Rings. They play good variety games. Very chill times over there. And I hope things are good. How be the streams there, Peak?
Lampy Moth Tax is here.
No Lampy Moth Tax. No Lampy Moth Tax. We leave that alone now. No. Also, I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Jira. I see what you did. Still doesn't change the fact that... Yeah, hold on a minute. I see what you did there, I see what you did there, Jira, but that doesn't change the fact the package is heading your way. Yo, Zombie, welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Folks, go check out the Zombie.
Bits to torture Lampy because of neglected personal care.
No bits. We save our money here. Why is it 400 bits? Okay, we'll get to that hype trick. We'll talk about that later. First, everybody go check out Zombie. Go check out the Zombie Pandemic. They play good variety of games. Very, very funny streams. Most of the time when I'm over there, I automatically just see something, to clip. Very, very funny times over there. That, and they're also doing a donathon right now.
I need the emotes also light.
Save your money. No, what emotes? Thank you there, Marshy. One, thank you, Umbra, for the bits. Thank you, Jared, for the bits. Thank you, Marshy, for the bits. Save your monies. But what else was I trying to talk about? What else was I trying to say? I don't quite remember. Oh yeah, go check out Zombie. Really amazing people, really fun times, really hilarious stuff. Go get their number. Go get that number from... What number did they last leave off on? I think it was like 60 hours, 50 hours now. Either way, bump that number back. Don't spend money here. Spend money over at Zombies. Bump that number back up to 100 hours. Yeah. It'd be hilarious. And everybody stopping by from Zombie and Peak stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes a Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those rigging streams. As you can see, we have the moth model over here right now. And we got most of it rigged. The only thing we're missing now is rigging the antennae and adding some animations to the wings and the jar cannon over there. This is what it's originally supposed to look like. No, wait, wrong button. There it is, jar. Boom, there we go. That's what it's originally supposed to look like. We're going to be using this one for future Elden Ring streams when I nerd out about all of Elden Ring. Because, I'm not going to lie, I've been wanting to nerd out about Elden Ring for months now. Almost a year, and we're going to get there. So, look forward to that. Bully him into self-care? Quee, you were the one who started this. You were the one who told me, hey, we're gonna play Night Rain in the morning, usually around the time when I go to sleep. Granted, they gave me an option, but I was still like, there's like 200 some hours still. Holy cow, they went over. Great job, team. Great job. Keep those numbers up. You're doing a great service. Don't listen to Zombie if they tell you otherwise. You're doing a great service. You know what? Hold on a minute. I need to get up close and personal about this one. Great job, team. Great job. You're doing a service out there. Keep that zombie up there. Make sure their donathon lasts till next year. I want to see Zombie Donathon 2027. Am I right? Yeah. Great job, team. Let me see. Let me try to catch up to some things. Hi, Lampy. Yo, Zombie, how you be? I hope your things are going well. I hope things are good. And good to see there, everybody. Welcome on in there, Taipu. Welcome on in there, Marshy. Welcome on in there, Zombie. Let's see. I've had these bits sitting on my account like over a year now. I'm not gonna lie, the perfect opportunity would have been spending those 100 bits over at Zombie so they add more number to the timer. Yeah. But I thank you for dropping these last 100 bits over here. I greatly appreciate that. There's like over 200 some now. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, they're over 100? Great job, team. Good to see you there, Karibo Lord. Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I mean, yeah, but still. Yeah, see, blame Quee. Don't actually blame Quee. I'm joking. Yeah, I did a joke challenge. Wait, what's the joke challenge? I did another. We will see if it happens. What was the first joke challenge? Also, thank you for the giant emote there, Jira. Rip Zombie? Rip Zombie indeed. But you know what? We at least know it's going to a good cause. Because if I'm correct, they got some funding for their... They had funding for like a medical thing. So that's a good sign. That's a good step. That's a step in the right direction. That was the first? Oh. So then that means there's another goal that they're aiming for now. As for what that goal may be, that I don't know, but that would be really funny. Y'all should do it. Make that other goal happen too. It's my fault, but we did it, and we each had like 3 legendary weapons. That's true. There was a lot of legendaries in that first run, and then the moment we tried to fight the Draglord, all teetered from there. It was like, all right, your luck is done. Congratulations, you beat the whatchamacallit. Now it's over. You're not winning anymore. Like, but I wanted to beat the Draglord. Yeah, too bad. That game just cut us off at the knees. And also, Lampy, your art and rigging is so effing amazing. Yo, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I've been really trying to learn more and more about this over the years, and there were certain things that I've always been trying to figure out, like how do they get it to move so smoothly and like bounce back with the physics. And looking back on those models and figures and stuff, I always tried to figure out, like, I could never figure it out at first. Like, you know, they would just have it move a bit and then it would stop. Or not stop, but it would move a bit and then move a little back and then just stop for a little bit. And I always wondered, how on earth did they do that? How did they get it to bounce for even the slightest of movement? I could never understand that. But after working on somebody's model, or, you know, working on some updates on someone else's model, I finally saw what it was. I finally understood, like, oh, so that's how they've been doing it. I'm gonna be adding that to this model here as well, because I want to add that to this model. I want to practice that some more. Welcome on in there, Unpaid. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. You've been killing it with the Rot Moth? Thank you. Just wait till you see the Melania assets. That's gonna be wild. Alright, with that being said... Oh, it's not on the screen. Hold on a minute. I don't know why I always have to switch that every time. There we go. Choo choo indeed. Thank you for the choo choo. Thank you for the train. Save your money. But I greatly appreciate it. Everyone who contributed. Everyone who supported. You all save your money. Unless it's on other streams, then you spend like crazy. Unless it harms your well-being, then save your money. Always remember, folks, spend what you can if you want to. Unless it's here, then save your money. Yo, Sugar, welcome on in. How you be? Hope things are going well. Let's give a shout out to Sugar. They do a lot of art and they also do Live2d Rigging. They're also practicing Live2d rigs. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. And welcome on in there, John. How you be? John, did you hear from Quee about the last couple of runs we had in Night Rain? Dude, the legendaries on the first 2 runs, those were wild. Ah, indeed. I want to play some Night Rain. I'm gonna try to play I'm gonna try to get these antennae done. I'm gonna try to get all this stuff set up, and then try to play some Night Rain after, because I want to show that Revenant build that I discovered and have been trying to develop over time. As I saw a video talking about Revenant with fist weapons and how you can make that one far more tanky than you could possibly imagine. Like, had the sustainability to literally just box to a degree, of course. But yeah, I want to try that. I want to show what I've been working on. I want to show what I've found out about and what I've been trying to develop over time. And I think I got something going on there after watching that video. I'll show you what I mean. Well, afterwards. Right now, we got to make antenna physics. So we're going to call this A Phys X. We're going to put create. And instead of just making another box, we're actually going to go back to the layer and make a new deformer there. This way, the boxes stay the same shape the whole way through. And then we're going to click on that fishing net up top. Click on that box, and once we do, we're actually going to have to go to the tutorial screen so you can see all of this part. We're going to go to our warp deformer here. We're just going to name it. We're going to call it Aphys X2. But there is one other thing that we got to do. Under the rare circumstance for physics settings, what we also need to do for this is go down to our number conversions and select a button that hits we got to select a button, or not a button. We got to select a number that shows a lot of dots. Normally, it's usually around 5, but in this case, we're going to bump the number of conversion divisions that you see there to 10. Why do we do that? I'm going to show you. We're going to put create to show you what I mean. Because we added 10 to that, we got a lot more of these tiny little dots. These dots are going to be very, very necessary for when it comes to the physics settings and having it move smoothly and, give that flow that we're looking for. But before we continue, yo, Zeta and PixExe, thank you for the raids. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out. Let's go back to the drawing screen so you can see all of this. Let's give a shout out to Zeta, and let's give a shout out to Pix. How y'all be? Hope things were going well. Hope you had a lot of fun on the streams. And thank you for the raids. I greatly appreciate it. What were y'all up to? What were you doing? What were you playing? I hope things went well. And everybody stopping by from Zeta and Pix's streams. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes I Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those rigging streams. Today we're currently working on Rot Moth model, and I might be playing some Night Rain later on today because I really want to play Night Rain. And I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to screw around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Ooh, Baldur's Gate. How'd be the Baldur's Gate? I hope it was good. Also, Anura, welcome on in. Hook, how you be? Yo, is that the handsome Lampy? Handsome. Right. Anyway, welcome on in there, Hook. How you be? Hope things are going well. Now we catch up with a good number of the reading. Oh yeah, I saw freaking wild. I know, right? Quee had nothing but legendaries, like all gold. They went in there with the bling, and then we died. Wait, I think that was the one where we died. I didn't show him the recording yet. Oh. I didn't say anything about that last part. I always get garbage in my runs. Don't worry. After those last 2 runs there, John, that's exactly what we got right after. Our runs were abysmal after that. After that win, our runs were abysmal. We got nothing. We zilch. We were running into night 2 bosses with bargain bin. Also, welcome on in there, Honora EXE. How you be? Good to see you there, Zeta. Oh, Zetva. I'm sorry, I keep seeing Zeta. I don't know why. Welcome on in there, Zetva. Baldur's Gate 2 was fun. Nice. I'm glad to hear that you had fun with the Baldur's Gate. That's always good. Gun. Thank you for redeeming gun. Got some ham. Oh, ham some. Yes. Quite the sum of ham. What's the word I'm looking for? That is quite the sum of ham right there. A Lampy or a handsome and a little goober? Nah. For both of those. I'm good. Just writing chapter 9 of my Eldritch World War I maid story. Ah, nice. Glad to hear that's going well. Gun? Alright, we got gun. Lampster? Yo, Blobby, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day, buddy. Let's give a shout out to the Blobby. If you haven't checked out Blobby Derp, I highly recommend that you do. Very chill streams. Really awesome times. They play a good variety of games. They also do a lot of activities. They also do a lot of crafting streams as well. If you're a fan of crafting stuff, perfume stuff, what's it called? Video editing stuff. I'm not gonna lie, they do a lot of things on their streams. This is what you legitimately call the variety streams, is Blobby over here, because there's really nothing to really pinpoint to say that they do specifically. They do a lot. That's the best way to go about it. They do a lot. Go check out the Blobby Derp. Yo, Toxicure. Welcome on in there, Wazzy. How you be? Let's give a shout out to Wazzy. If you haven't checked out the Toxicure, I highly recommend that you do. They do a lot of art. They do a lot of streaming. They play a good variety of games. They also interact with their chats with a lot of things. It gets very insane, very wild, very crazy. All of it in a good way, by the way. It's a lot of fun. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. Whenever I'm over there, chances are Wazzy's screaming at their chat. But it's a very funny. I highly recommend checking it out. And very clippable moments. Not gonna lie. And how was the stream? I hope it went well. How was Cult of the Lamb? I hope it was good. And everybody stopping by from Wazzy's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized mouth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams, or rigging streams. We're currently working on Rot Moth model. Let me show you what I'm talking about over here. This is what we got. This is our bug. This is the bug with the wings up. That's the rigging of the bug so far. Look at them in physics, all of that. Here's what we got at the moment. And yes, of course, since this is a Lampy stream and that's a Lampy model, you already know it's got to have a gun. Granted, it's a jar cannon, but close enough. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, this is going to be for Elden Ring. This is going to be for future Elden Ring streams. That's why we got the jar cannon. That's why we got the Rot Moth. Hope y'all enjoy your day. Hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. If you decide to ground, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Whew. Yeah, I got Lampy rightly good earlier with a bad pun. The one punch nut. Oh my god. Also, let me see. Welcome on in there, Phoenix Wolf, Talame, Wazzy. Let me see how to pronounce this name. Renbirds Genshin? I think that's how you pronounce it. You let me know if that's how you pronounce it. It was fun? Nice. I'm always glad to hear that. Glad to hear y'all had some fun streams today. Bye. Alright, you take care there, birds. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, a great week. You take care now there, buddy. Excuse for not chatting much. Oh, excuse for not chatting much, Lampy. I'm gonna be playing Death Stranding. No worries, no excuse needed. As I always like to say with these streams, No stream is an obligation. You do what you gotta do. You enjoy what you play, or you enjoy what you do. And if you just, or yeah, whether you lurk, whether you chat, whether you're not even here or not, none of that matters so long as you're doing what you're doing. That's the most important thing. And if you decide to stick around and enjoy these streams, then I greatly appreciate that. But never feel like you have to be here or you have to interact. You take care of what you gotta take care of. Now, what was I talking about again? I don't remember. Oh, looks very cool, Lampy. Oh, thank you there, EB. Also, we got to give a couple shout-outs. We got to give a shout-out to Hookening. How do I spell Hook? There's Hook. Go check out the Hookening. Also, Phoenix, thank you for the 7 stream streak. John, thank you for the 15 stream streak. I greatly appreciate that. Let's give a shout-out to Hook. Go check them out. They play a good variety of games. They also play a lot, or they also do a lot of 3D work. They're also developing their own games. Really cool stuff. I highly recommend it. Also, go check out EB. They do a lot of arting. They do, or they make adoptable characters. So if there's any time that you wanted to adopt or a little mascot for your streams, go check out EB. They make a lot of, or they make a good variety of little adoptable figures, or you know, designs for models and stuff. Go check them out. I highly recommend it. What's up, Lampy? Yo, Storm, how you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I hope things be well. All right, so we got Phys X and Phys X2. Now we just need to make one more, because 1 and 2, that ain't enough. So let's make another box. We're gonna name that one Phys X3. And we're gonna make sure that our number of conversion divisions, I'll show you in these things down here. These, or this number in particular, we gotta make sure this number is a big number. And by big number, I mean between 8 and 10. You can make it even more if you want, but for me personally, I like to have that number be 10 only when it comes to the physics. Only when it comes to physics settings, or unless the other one. When it comes to either physics settings or very, very specific model movements where they need a lot of warping. Like changing the facial feature, or how do I put it? Changing the facial angle. Like, you know how a person's face has like the cheekbones and all of that, and you want to show the cheekbones when they turn? That would be the time to have a lot of conversion division number thingies. Outside of that, don't worry about those. Only 2 occasions. When you need to warp something like crazy, or a physics setting. Well, to be fair, a physics setting needs to be warped like crazy, so yeah, I guess when you need to warp something like crazy, like significantly, that's the best time to have a bunch of number conversions. Basically, these little dots right here. Alright, so now that we got all of that set up, we need to make 2 more physics deformers. Also, let's put this back to the drawing screen. We need to make 2 more physics deformers. We're going to call that one Phys, or A Phys Y. And then we make another one, and we call that one A Phys Y2. Now, if the names are confusing you, I'm going to let you know. The reason why we call it A Phys Y2 is because of one thing. A stands for antenna. Phys stands for physics. Y stands for up and down. And 2 stands for, well, this is the second one that we're making. So, when saying it without any explanation, it might sound confusing and very, very complicated, but explaining it might make things a little more complicated. But here's the thing. The name isn't... Okay, well, the name is kind of important, but it's not one of those things that you have to follow it by that same thing that I just put. You don't have to follow that exact name. You just put it on... You just name it something that helps you recognize what you're working on. Outside of that, the name is irrelevant. So long as you know what you're working on, and you can recognize it from just the name alone, that's all you really, really need when it comes to naming these deformers. That's the main thing you got to focus on. So if you see any of these names, or yeah, if you see me naming any of these things and you're thinking, okay, that is complicated, that is overwhelming, don't worry about it. Those names are for me, not for you. You name them what you want to name them, and it helps you understand what they are. I hope that made some semblance of sense, because I'm not going to lie, I'd be confused by that explanation too. Alright, so now that we got all of that set up, we got our 5D formers there, we unfortunately will have to do the exact same thing over on this end. We're going to have to warp this one a bit as well, but we're going to have to change things up a little. Instead of having the big square like that one, we're actually going to have to make these ones individually. We're going to make these all on our own. And we're going to call that one AL. L for left. Actually, you know what? LA Phys X. Or LAX for short. No, I'm kidding. Look, if I end up naming a wing effin' flappy bit, I don't know what, or I don't know whether that helped. I mean, like I said before, if that name, the one you just put right there, helps you recognize it, then that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Like, do you recognize what that is? Do you know what it does when you name it that? Good. That's all there is to it. And will someone else know what on earth it means if someone else has to look at it? If yes, good job. If not, well, it worked for you. That's what matters. Trust the artist process. Yeah. Trust the process. Totally not winging it. Nope, 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 not winging it at all. Trust the process. Worked for Bob Ross. There are no accidents. No, wait, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. Alright, let's click on this. Let's make another deformer, because we got to make at least 4 for this one. Phys X2. Now, the reason why we only make 2 for this instead of 3 is because, well, since that one's smaller, we're not going to need as much movement from that one. Mostly because it kind of got broken off halfway through. So there you go. There are no accidents. Oogway. Exactly. Always follow Oogway. Also, when you play D&D and you make your character the turtle, you already know you always got to name him Oogway. Because there's no point in trying to figure out another name for him, because no one else is going to accept that. They're all going to name him Oogway. Prove me wrong. You could call him Michelangelo. You could call him Yordle. You could call him Yggdrasilmon. It doesn't matter. He's Oogway now. Doesn't matter how hard you try. You could call him Tortle McTortleson III. Or you could call him Rutherford Pemilton II. None of that is going to matter. You want to know why? Because he's Oogway. Everyone's going to call him Oogway. Thank you for the worm there, John. Which also reminds me, I got to add 2 models to the screen because I completely forgot. I apologize. I was going to get rid of that dust bunny. I apologize. I was supposed to do this, but I got overwhelmed by everything. I apologize there, Blobby. We're going to add that rat right now. 1 rat. Folks, go check out the rat model. Oh, hold on a minute. There we go. We're going to get rid of that. Perfect. And then we're going to switch that back. Put that there. There we go, and we're good. Which, by the way, folks, if you like the rat model, you can get your very own rat for only 10 bucks. You can find this thing available on the Etsy and the vgen page. And it comes with a good variety of things. It comes with mad face, sad face. Oh, nothing there. Red eyes, because I think it's funny. It could be quadrupedal if you wanted. It could also be a chinchilla. It could also be a lab rat. And last but not least, it could also make it go kingpin mode. Why? Because I think it's funny. Both apply to both the gray and the white rat. You can make it you can make it kingpin on both options. Why kingpin? It was a funny meme. We had to go with it. But yeah, pick up your very own rat today if you want one. Available on the Etsy and vgen page. Thank you there, Phoenix. I greatly appreciate that. Kingpin mode or Kingpin mod? Yeah, we got Kingpin mod. Why? Because it's not about the quality, Spider. Actually, it is about the quality. Because like I said, it's only 10 bucks. You want to know why? Because it's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Let's go Mets. Love the Mets. Come on, get a home run, baby. Get a home run. Come on, let's go Mets. Love the Mets. Or something like that. I didn't get that one quite on the dot, but you know what? Close enough. There's one. Kingpin mod. Oh. Mode, mod. I don't know. I can't type. That's okay. I think I got what you meant. Kingpin mod. Yeah, we got to get that Kingpin in there. Also, welcome on in there, Spock. How you be? Donatello? Yeah, you could name it Donatello too, and it doesn't matter. It's going to be Oogway. So, you're even changing the name of Morla, the ancient tortoise, into his... Oh. Who is allergic to human... Wait. Who on earth is Orla, the ancient tortoise? Who... Yeah. Even them. They too are Oogway. If they end up in D&D, and that is what you name your character, doesn't matter anymore. Oogway. I've said that name so many times it's lost all meaning. It's just a sound now. Oogway. Anyway. We also need to add another model to the screen. We also got to add the worm. Not just any worm. But it's a worm on a string. Check that out. To be fair, I will say, this was one of the earliest models I ever made. So, fair warning on that. This one, it's a product of its time, but I think it's still funny. Also, most importantly, check this out. Check this out. Yes, I did put that one, I put the eyebrow raise meme. I had to. You know what's also funny? If I showed this to you in Live2d, it would be, it would actually have a sound. It would actually have the Vine boom. The problem is, VTube Studio doesn't have sound. VTube Studio, I've been talking about this one for years now. When are we getting sound in VTube Studio? I want sound. God, you have any idea how insane things would get if you could add sound to VTube Studio? Oh god, I'm starting to think. Do you have any idea how insane it would be for Live2d models if you could add sound to VTube Studio? You know what? Now that I think about it, after all these years, I don't want it anymore. I apologize to anyone. Actually, you know what? It would bring in more work. The downside is that it's more work to do. But maybe. I don't know. Worm on a string? Yeah, it's worm on a string. Should I update the worm on a string? Nah, I think it's fine as is. Part of me is looking at it like, should I update it? Should I make another worm on a string based off of the skills that I've learned over these years? But I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people where I like how things are. Like, once it's done, it's done. Like, hey, we're gonna make a brand new thing. Nah, I don't care. Like, we're gonna bring that thing that you like and we're gonna make it again. Like, Yeah, that's great, but I like how it is now. Yeah, but we're gonna improve it. Yeah, but I like how it is now. Sometimes they do improve it, but I'm still like, yeah, but I like how it is now. I love the eyebrow raise. Thank you. I'm glad that you like that one. That one was one of my favorite parts of that model. I don't know why I even did that in the first place. I was just like, you know what? This is a dumb meme. Let's add it. It's aged well. I'm glad to hear that. Also, Nay, welcome on in. Get out of the throne. Get out of the throne, Nay. Nay, we talked about this. Get out of the throne. There's nothing there. I literally put... There's literally nothing on the throne. There's nothing to pick up. I made sure of it this time. Which also reminds me, this month, in case anyone's wondering, and in case anyone thought I forgot or ignored, no, don't worry about it. We will be getting that Exodia. I'm planning on getting that Exodia this month. I still need to get the Exodia, and I need to make that model a thing. Or, not model. I need to get that Exodia, and I need to set, or, you know, I need to build that one on screen. And I plan on doing that this month. Exodia? Exodia indeed. Also, welcome on in there, Creeple. I'm never going to get any rigging done, because I'm like, hey, I should do some work, but at the same time, someone deserves a shout out. Hold on a minute. There we go, perfect. No, I'm stealing your throne, runs out of the castle with throne in hand. Why is there a castle? And why am I not living there? Okay, so we got Phys 2. Next we need to do is add Phys X. No, wait, not Phys X. Phys A Phys Y, but we also need to make it L. So now it stands for lay. Which I should be laying down and sleeping, but nah, we're working instead. I don't know, I just like working in the late hours. Y2, bring it all the way over there, put LY, or LA Phys Y2, boom. But yeah, folks, go check out Rebo Lord. They play a good variety of games, and if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh's, that's a good place to go to. Oh god. You know what? I thought about it for a second, like, you know what? Should I make an Exodia Live 2D model? And then I started to rethink that, like, oh god, no. Oh god, no. I would, okay, if I made an Exodia Live 2D model, I would unfortunately have to charge, because that would be a lot of work to make. It would be, unfortunately, a lot of work to make an Exodia Live 2D model. Because you gotta draw the teeth, you gotta draw that gnarly face, you gotta make sure the eyes are there. Actually, the worst part is, I wouldn't be able to charge. You wanna know why? Because it's not my, it's copyright made. So if I even made an Exodia, I would have to give it out for free. I would not be able to sell it. So yeah, that would be a lot of work for... That would be a lot of work. It would have to be a serious passion project. But would it be worth? That's the real question. Not gonna lie, maybe. It might be worth. It would be fun, and I wouldn't mind having an Exodia Live 2D model. And I think I'd be very proud of having an Exodia Live 2D model. I just don't want to make the Exodia Live 2D model. That's a lot of drawing. Maybe it's because my brain is fried. Exodia so iconic? It is. I mean, it is the main Yu-Gi-Oh meme above all else, mostly because the first episode was the main Yu-Gi-Oh meme. Also, let's give a shout out to Wind Hill. Welcome on in there, Wind Hill. How you be? Or is it Rose of Wind Hill? Wait, so if it's Rose of Wind Hill, would that mean that your name is Rose from the Wind Hill? And I've just been calling you Wind Hill. It's like someone being like, hey, this is Jerry from... Pittsburgh. There we go. It's Jerry from Pittsburgh. And I've just been calling them Pittsburgh for the past God knows how it is. Yes, it be? Ah, gotcha. So yeah, I've just been calling you Pittsburgh. I've been calling you the equivalent of Pittsburgh this entire time. Alright, we gotta change that up. Welcome on in there, Rose. How you be? Let's give a shout out to Rose of Wind Hill. And it just now dawned on me at this very moment. Like, I've just been calling them Pittsburgh. Thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. How things be. I hope things are well. I hope things are good. And everybody stopping by from Rose's stream. I'm in a lampy small town illustrator football size moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those rigging streams. We're currently working on Rot Moth model. We got the rigging done, we got the wings done, we got the jar cannon done, because of course it's a lampy model, it's got to have a gun. I wasn't supposed to rhyme, but I think that worked out really well. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Also, I forgot to do one last thing while I've been yammering on for a bit. We gotta finish this off we gotta finish off one last part when it comes to the rat model. Rat. There we go. I've been so overwhelmed with things, I forgot my own bits. Alright, let me try to catch up some things. Also, welcome on in there, everybody. Good to see you there, Ryu. Good to see you there, Windilly. I hope I'm saying that name right. Hi there, Mr. Moth. Yo there, Windilly. Hope things are well. Hope things are good. Yes, it be? Ah, fair. It was because Chaya told you the wrong info on purpose. Oh, fair. Okay, I remember, the main thing I remembered originally was don't call you windmill. That was the only thing that stuck with me after all them years. That and the last part of the name. I like the new model you're working on. Thank you. I greatly appreciate this. Or I appreciate that. I just entered my first boss battle. Wait, what game are you playing? Oh, Death Stranding. Wait, there's boss battles in Death Stranding? Oh, Death Stranding 2? Best of luck there, John. You got this. You are saying it right. Ah, nice. I'm glad to hear. Thank you for the clarification, too. I greatly appreciate that. Now, let me check something here. Hello, how's it going? It's going pretty well so far. I'm distracted by every little thing, but we're slowly but surely getting some progress in there. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your stay. Only make an Exodia Live2d of each 5 parts where the streamer has to use... Oh. Where streamers have to use each in a huge collab. Oh my god. That's genius. That also just made me realize you can do the same thing with the Megazord. Just make 5... What was it, 5? Yeah, 5 Live2d models of all the Megazords. And then... Alright, make all the Live2d models of all the Zords that the Power Rangers use. Then make their limb forms and just have people assemble the entire Megazord on stream. I like this idea. This is dumb, but it's funny. I like it. Like, okay, it's dumb, but it's genius. That's the way I'm putting it. Like, it's genius in a very, very funky way, and I like it. The Exodia part, I mean, like the having everybody have a part as a singular model. I like that idea. Alright. Lampy. How do I fight a giant goo creature spawned from the afterlife? Set it on fire. If it's goo, maybe it's flammable. Also, don't be in the goo when you do it, or else you might set yourself on fire too. She kept telling you to say... Oh, say it like that. Oh, yeah, sounds about right. Chai is a troll like that. Oh my god, it's a giant head with tentacles coming out of everywhere. Okay, number 2 there, John. Don't be an anime character. Make sure you're on the western side. The worst thing tentacles will do if you're on the west is tear you limb from limb. Just be a western character and you'll be good. Well, you'll still die, but you'll be good. I've heard enough memes to know where that goes. All right, let's see. Let's get back to the rigging at hand. We're gonna close that. Now that we got all the physics settings, let's work on antenna number 1. Let's go to this one. And here's what we're going to do to make that antenna work. We're going to select... Well, first, let's find a physics setting. That's wing flap, wing fizz. Should we go with wing fizz? Just to be safe, let's make a new deformer. Press a button. We're going to call that one... Yeah, just call that A Phys X. We're going to change that number. Oh, yeah, let's go back to the tutorial screen so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to click on that little square, or we're going to click on that plus sign at the bottom of the parameter tab. We see that tab right there. We go down here. We look for that plus sign. We click on that plus sign. This box will pop up. Normally, it should show a negative number and a positive number, but since I made a light switch last time, it's going to stay as 0 and 1, but that's okay. We could fix that. We're going to call this A Phys X for the antenna. And on the minimum number, we're going to put that at negative 30. And then we're going to bump that maximum up to 30. Because we don't want a light switch. We want a pendulum. We want it to move left and right. And in order for that left and right to happen, we need a negative number on our minimum. And we need a maximum number on our maximum. Or, yeah, we need a positive number on our maximum. So, and 30 is usually the standard number when it comes to these things. So, negative 30 on one end, or positive 30 on the other. 0 on the default, of course. And then we're good. And now that we made that, we're going to replicate this multiple times. We're going to replicate this at least 5. Actually, replicate it there. Make the new parameter. Actually, yeah, just replicate it five times. The reason why we do that is because now we're going to right-click this. We're going to edit that parameter. And we're just going to add, or on that name, we're just going to add a 2. And then we're going to put OK. Now that one's done, go to the third one, edit that one, add a 3, put OK. Go to the next one, add another one, and you're probably thinking, we're going to add 4, right? No. That's where we're going to get you right quick. That's how we're going to make sure you're keeping up. We don't add a 4. Instead, we change the X to a Y because we only have 3 X deformers, or physics deformers. For the 3 X physics deformers and 2 Y physics deformers. So, we only make 3 X parameters and 2 Y parameters. So we go to this next one, and instead of adding an X there, we switch that to a Y, and we add a 2. And then we put OK. Now that we got all that set up, get our X physics deformer over here. Get our X physics parameter over there. Select the box all the way up to everything but the last 2 rows. We keep those last 2 rows blank. Let's also go back to our parameter, add 3 green dots right there. Move it to the right. And now that we moved it to the right, we go back to our box, our deformer. We rotate this sucker to the right. Move it over to the right. And then bump it down a bit. Just bump it down by 2, maybe 3. Also add start in a minute. Now that we got that effect, we click on that box. Or yeah, we go back to our parameter tab. And we click on the box with the 3 green lines. Or not 3 green lines, with the 3 lines across. That one right there. Some people call it a hamburger. I don't like to call it a hamburger because it makes me hungry. But we're going to go with the 3 green line, or the 3 lines there. Click on that. And all these new tabs will pop up. And what we want to look for is when we scroll down, we want to look for reflect motion. Click on that. Make sure it's horizontal. It is horizontal. Good. And we put OK. And then we check. Make sure it moves over. It's not quite doing the movement that we want. In fact, it's being a little wonky. So let's move that back over here. Let's remove those dots by clicking that slash button on the parameter tab. Put the 3 green dots back. Select over here. And I want to take at least... I want to take up till that corner right there. Take all the way up to that. And then we rotate the sucker again. Move it over to the right. But now we need to drag this all the way down because it went too far. Maybe bump it back a little bit. Normally, the method that I mentioned earlier usually works, but in this case, it's a little tricky because how do I put it? It's a little tricky because of the way the actual figure is angled. Not making it quite easy to work with. Right there should be good. So let's move. And no, not quite. It is still being a little funky. So let's pull this up a bit. Maybe right there. Oh, there we go. Much better. Now we actually got the movement we're looking for here. Let's save. I found a moth. Where? Yo, Not Evil, welcome on in. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Also, I apologize I was not able to make it to the Risk of Rain. I woke up around 6 or 7 with a splitting headache. And by the time I woke up, I saw like, oh, they messaged me around like, well, I saw that y'all messaged me around like 12 or so. I was like, oh no. Oh, that's no good. But yeah, let's give a shout out to Not Evil Control Freak. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. Let's bring this back over here. Go check out Not Evil Control Freak. They play a good variety of games, really awesome people, really amazing streams and all of that stuff. Go check them out when you get the chance. I highly recommend it. They also, as I mentioned before, this was the person that we rigged the wings for. It was a very, I'm not gonna lie, it was a very tricky project, mostly because wings are tough. Wings are very, very tough. And if you were there for my last stream, you see why them wings were complicated. I went ham on those wings. But they came out pretty well, I like to think. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, go check out Evil Control Freak. Very, very funny streams. Really, very, very, very chill times. They can also be an absolute derp and an absolute troll in the best ways possible. I highly recommend checking them out. Go check them out. Really cool times. Really cool times, really cool people. And they're playing Dead Space. Trust me, you're gonna love the Dead Space stream. It's no worries, we can always plan another day. Alright, sounds good, sounds good. I should be good for any day. Okay, how do I put it? I should be good for any day so long as it's after 12. Okay, well, so long as it's after 12 p.m. my time, or 12 p.m. PST. Because, yeah, once I saw the message, I was like, oh, I've been dead for hours. Oh no. Oh, that's no good. Dead Space is returning, and I'm not happy about it. You got this there, Not Evil. You got this, I believe. You can do it. You're playing Dead Space 2 as well, right? The wings are amazing. The wings are amazing, though. I love them very much. Thank you for taking on my project. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for giving me the opportunity again. I greatly appreciate that. Also, thank you for the applause there, NazCat. And welcome on in there, NazCat. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to NazCat. I can't spell. There it is. Go check out the NazCat. They also do art. They also play good variety of games. Really cool times over there. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. It's the remaster one, I believe. Oh, right. I forgot you are playing the remaster. That's the one where you can't really stun lock the enemies as well. Unless you... Well, I was gonna say some things, and then I realized, wait, nope, not spoiling anything. Although, I will say, in the original game, I can say this, because what you're gonna deal with I can't say, or what I'm about to say is not in your game, so I could at least say this part.
Hate to raid and run, but have yourself a great stream. At Lampy Moth.
No worries there, buddy. Never feel... No worries about raiding and running, as I always like to say. Right? Streams are fun, but they also take a lot of energy, so if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But yeah, I also wanted to say, What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Oh. In the original Dead Space game, when you were fighting those Necros, if you shot them in the leg, they would actually stop for a second. They would actually get stun locked for a moment, so you could keep shooting them in the leg. In this new one, when you shoot them in the leg, they just keep walking. They just keep going. So yeah, they kind of made it a little bit tougher. Did you all know Lampy is an amazing artist? Highly recommend that you follow him. Lies and slander and know you. I've seen your work there, Nazcat. Don't sell yourself short. I'm trying to convince Kiba to let me play on easy. What mode are you playing now? I'm curious. Are you playing medium or are you playing hard mode? Lampy, I think you definitely enjoy the enemy design for Death Stranding 2. I'm gonna have to check out Death Stranding 2, because I remember seeing Death Stranding 1, and Death Stranding 1 was 1, a movie, and 2, DoorDash Simulator. I'm not gonna lie, I was not a fan of DoorDash Simulator, mostly because I worked for DoorDash for a bit before I started doing art commissions. I don't want to play a game where I'm working again. If I'm gonna be doing that kind of work, I at least want to make some. I want to at least make some dough. Am I right? Also, thank you for the bits there, Rose. Also, save your money. The stun would have been amazing. Yeah. I mean, there's other ways you can stun them. It's just a little tricky. Normal mode, probably medium. Oh. I mean, I could see why you would want to play it on easy mode, but at the same time, you won't get that horror factor if you could easily kill them. If they die with no problem, then it's not quite the same. But hey, on the upside, I will say this, on the upside, at least you're not playing hard mode. At least you didn't do it the way I did. I immediately ran into that game. First time I ever played Dead Space, I was like, you know what? Hard mode. Why? Because I want these things to give me a threat. I want these things to give me a spook when I know they're around the corner. Even worse, when they start to swarm you, I want to feel that fear that, good lord, they're gonna kill me. I wouldn't make it in hard mode. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Walking simulator and road construction as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Death Stranding is an acquired taste. That's also fair and true. That's also fair and true. As I always like to say, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not a fan of it, but it doesn't mean that other people shouldn't. If you're a fan of that game, you be a fan of that game. Don't let anyone tell you not be a fan of that game. Me, on the other hand, I wasn't that fan of a game. Or I wasn't a fan of that game, mostly because, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just not for me. Death Stranding, I mean. Dead Space, on the other hand, I freaking love Dead Space. I hate what they did in Dead Space 3, though. God. Well, I also kind of didn't like a lot of the story beats of Dead Space Remake. I've been through that one before. If you saw the Dead Space stream... Okay, to be fair, the Dead Space Remake stream was like a couple years ago. Back in early 2023? No, it was October of 2023. Either way, I ran through that story and I complained about, or I ran through that game. I complimented it for where it was. Love the flamethrower in that game. But I talked so much smack about the entire remake story. Did my boy Hammond dirty. That's not the point. I'm not talking about that. That's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. Let me catch up with something. No game is for everyone. Exactly, exactly. If you try to make a game for everyone, you're going to make a game that does not appeal to a lot of people, and that's the big problem that a lot of series tend to forget. Like, if you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to nobody, and then nobody likes your game. Also, welcome on in there, Noble. How you be? I hope you're having a good day, everybody. Dead Space, good game. Remake was amazing, actually amazing. Gameplay-wise, I agree. Story-wise, I have some words. Also, I don't know why, but that game makes my PC just work. Yeah, that was the other problem with Dead Space. I'm not gonna lie on that one. Also, before I continue with that, Night Shadow, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Night Shadow. If you haven't checked out Night Shadow, highly recommend that you do. How was the Persona? I hope it went well. Let's give a shout out over here. If you haven't checked out the Night Shadow, I highly recommend it. Very fun streams, really crazy times, really cool stuff. Very chill as well sometimes, depending on the game that they're playing. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. But yeah, how be the stream. Also, everyone stopping by from Night Shadow stream. Hold on a minute. My name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized mouth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes I Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those rigging streams. Today we're currently working on Rot Moth model. We got all the features. We got the wings. We got the guns. We're currently working on the antennae right now, and I hope you all enjoy your day. Hope you all enjoy your stay. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to screw around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. How was the games? I hope it went well. I hope it was good. I like the idea of taking care of the bridge. Oh, let's see. I like the idea of taking care of the bridge baby unit. Just wish there was less walking. Also true. Also fair. You know what? That doesn't sound too bad. Or, well, I don't know. I haven't played the game. But yeah, I see the walking part. I'm like, eh. Also, the very, very long cutscenes. And I'm like, look, I wanted to play a game. And at this... How long is this cutscene gonna last? Come on now. I saw that part and I just thought, hey, you know what? You know what? Nah, I'm good. Like I said, it's not for everyone, but it doesn't mean it's a terrible game. For those that like to play it, you keep on playing it. Because I know a lot of people that really like that game. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Because like I said, it's a game, or yeah. Not every, or yeah, like mentioned before, not every game is for everybody. Lampy like Dead Space? That's news to me. You're right. Gotta agree. I hate when the monsters are making noises and it's too dark to see them. And you know they are running at... Oh, and you know they are running at you. See, funny thing is, now that you mention that, that's a boss in Night Rain. Now that I think about it, that might be why I really like fighting the... Okay, I think I realized why I like fighting the whatchamacallits. The Everdark Balancers. I think Not Evil just made it click right now. It reminds me of Dead Space. If you've seen the Everdark Balancers, which I'm going to try to show on stream today, I can't guarantee, but I'm going to try. They remind me of the Necromorphs. For some reason, and I think I didn't realize it until Not Evil just mentioned it right there. They're off in the distance. You know they're coming. You can't see them, but you can hear them. And when they start running at you, it's a bit terrifying. And that's exactly what the Necromorphs are, and that's exactly what the Everdark Balancers are. It's terrifying. Also, let me try to catch up some things. We're almost there. Pokemon in their Night Shadow, Lacey Fern, Luna Wolfen or Wolf Online. Heyo. Heyo, welcome on in. How you be?
I shall go now. Will be lurking. Hope you have a wonderful stream.
Alright, you do your lurk. Thank you for the bit. Save your money. And I hope you have a good day. Thank you again for the raid. And I hope you have a good day, a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. Also, thank you for the 3 stream streak. You take care now there, buddy. Quote, a game for everyone is a game for no one. Yes, exactly. Because they're trying to do too many things and it's not going to appeal to anybody. Because if you try to make a game for everyone, you're also going to make things that everybody doesn't like. And therefore, no one's going to like it because it's got things they don't like in it. And therefore, yeah, don't make a game for everybody. Just make a game for the people that you want to make, or make the game that you would want to make. Or make a game that makes money. I don't know. It depends on you. Anyway, or it depends on the situation. Never played OG Dead Space, so experience different, I'm guessing. Fair. That's understandable. I would definitely say that if you've played the original, or yeah, if you played the remake of Dead Space, only play the OG one if you want to know what the characters were like. Actually, how do I put it? If you played the remake, I would just highly recommend just looking up the cutscenes. Well, the cutscenes. quote unquote, from the OG Dead Space. Or, you know what, maybe even play it too, I don't know. If you want to try the older experience and see what are the differences from the remake and the original, it would be another way to go about it. Number 2 was the GOAT. Yes. We're talking about Dead Space 2, right? If so, yes. 1, Ellie MVP. 2, the Necromorphs were a lot crazier. 3, you know what's funny? There's a scene. I'm not going to explain the scene, but if you know that scene, a very infamous scene in Dead Space 2. If you don't know it, don't worry about it. If you know, you know. The funny thing was, I streamed that, or I played that game on stream, and one person, I was talking about how gruesome this part is, and a lot of people already knew what was about to pop up. I messed it up the first time. Obviously, he dies. It was brutal, and it was painful, and it looked really, really bad. The second time, I succeeded. And you want to know what people were telling me in the chat? The success looks even worse. The success looks more... What's the word I'm looking for? It makes you wince more than the fail. Because even when it's successful, it's like, I was gonna say things and then I realized, ooh, that would have spoiled stuff. But yeah, it's like, when you see that scene and it's successful, it's like, people were actually saying like, oh god, it looks even worse than when you fail. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I could see it. I could see it. It's a rough scene. It's a very, very rough scene. Imagine being the one playing that through that scene. It's rough. It was fun. Let's see. It was fun stopping stream for a quick break before collab later. Hope you have a wonderful stream. All right there, Night Shadow. Thank you for thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the stream, thank you for the raid. And I hope the collab goes well. You got this, I believe. We got the Twin Sin. We got the Twin Sin, the Gacha, and I completed my figure collection in-game figurines. Yo, nice. That's also pretty awesome to hear. I'm thinking about that. Like, gacha figures in a game. I wonder how much of a struggle that one would be, because obviously that's purely a game of chance when it comes to gacha, so you have to just keep on rolling until you finally get what you were looking for. Let alone random figures? That sounds like it would be a tricky one. So, to finally have completed that collection, that sounds like an accomplishment right there. It was stealth parts where you are avoiding things popping in and out of reality 2. Wait, Dead Space 2? Or are we talking about a different game? Alright, let me see. Also, gore and horror doesn't bother me much, but the Necromorph's transformation hit me, not gonna lie. The first transformation in the game, or just the transformations in general? Because, yeah, they just boom right there in the head, and then you just start shifting. And, you know, when you know what's crazy about it? I actually looked into a video where they talk about their concept design about those monsters. Like, one, they wanted to make these monsters, and two, they wanted to make these monsters functional. They wanted to make sure that when they came up with the design made sense. Like, okay, so their process, their purpose, what is their purpose? If they're tearing things apart, okay, so they need things that'll, like, hold them down. They need fangs to hold things in place so they can start ripping and, you know, moving their heads like crazy. They need claws to pin the enemy down. If they're, like, just crushing things, then they need, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They need bulkier figures. They need harder heads. They need all these things. And apparently they also took animal inspirations from a lot of those things to make sure, like, how do animals kill? Okay, so we got this option, we got that option. How do they hold hold their prey in place? There was a whole video series about that stuff. I was like, wow. I need to take that sort of inspiration to mind when I'm working on designs. Sometimes I do, sometimes I forget, mostly because my brain is fried. Whew. We try to figure it out. Also, let's see. All right, playing MC now. Ooh, nice. I hope the Minecraft goes well. I hope MC stood for Minecraft. In which case, whatever game you're playing, I hope it's going well. Posture check, stretch, and hydrate. Thank you for the posture check, the stretch, and the hydrate there, Lacey. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and you too, Lampy. Nice. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, no problem. And thank you. Let's see. That scene. Yeah, that scene. Dead Space 2, yeah? Yeah. Plus, they had a bunch of interesting items there. Like the freaking... What is it? The javelin gun where you get to shock things around it. All sorts of cool stuff right there. Transforms in general be spooky. True. Because now you know what's going to happen to you when you're dead. That sort of thing. It's like, oh. You're making me worry about what that scene in Dead Space is. Well, I gotta ask you this there, Not Evil. You plan on playing Dead Space 2, right? If not, don't worry about it. If so, good luck. If I'm correct, I remember you saying you were planning on playing all 3 of them. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Evening, Lampy. Yo, Brino, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Ooh, yay, necromorphs? Yeah, we're talking about the necromorphs and stuff. I love those things. I hate those things, but I love those things. It's like the game Dead Space. I love, but I hate it. Mostly because it gives me the spooks. But I also love it because it's a fun game and it gives me the spooks. Well, not as much anymore. Mostly because I played it, no pun intended, but to death. But yeah. I'm lagged? Oh, let's see. I'm lagged at the stealth parts comment. Was Death Stranding again. Oh, stealth parts in Death Stranding. Understandable. I see what you mean now. Also, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Let's give a shout out to Brina Belladonna if you're a fan of your playing, or yeah, go check out Brina Belladonna. They play a good variety of games. You never know what they're gonna play next. But yeah, it's a crazy time. It's a fun time. They usually play some very, very they usually play a lot of the spooky-like games. Go check them out. I highly recommend it. I never said I'd play all 3. I'm being forced to play this one. Once I finish this game, I will be free. Oh. Okay, so then hear me out here, Not Evil. Hear me out, hear me out. Once you're free, don't worry about Dead Space 2. But if you needed a goal that you want your community to reach, add Dead Space 2. Make sure it's a difficult goal to reach, though. So when you have to play it, it's worth the time. Because you don't want to just make it a simple goal like, okay, 5 subs and boom, I'll play Dead Space 2. Like, nah. You gotta bump those numbers up. Like, I don't know what goal you'll aim for, and I don't know if you even want to do that. This is only a suggestion. Always remember, only suggestions here. But if you choose to do so, I would say this is a perfect opportunity to set up a goal to have to antagonize your community and have them push for getting you to play Dead Space 2. But of course, like I said, make it very, very difficult so it's not that simple for them to just say, okay, boom, drops wallet. A friend gifted me the remake. I can't wait to play that one. Ah, fair. Like I said, story-wise, I have words. Gameplay-wise, it's really, really fun. My favorite weapon was the flamethrower. For obvious reasons. It was cooking time. Alright, let's get back to this thing. So, now that we got that part, let's go to Phys X2. Bump this down to, on our deformer, we select Phys X2. On our parameter, we select Phys X2. We put 3 green dots. And we select half of what we selected last time. So let's move it to this point here. I think this works. Take that red dot, move it over to the right, rotate the box itself, move it over here a bit. Actually, you know what? No. We also need to take up to that angle. I think this works. Maybe too much. Let's try this again. We're going to select up to that point, and then we're going to select one bar below it, but half of that bar. When we rotate the sucker, you move it over like so. Let's rotate this a bit more. Like that should work. Move it over to the right. Bump this down. Just a little bit, not by too much. There we go. Move it over to the other side. Rotate this sucker. Move it over to the right. Bump it down just a little bit. Now let's see. Not quite. Let's bump this further down. Way, way down. Like that. But now this one needs to be bumped up a bit. It needs to be rotated a bit more. Right there should be good. Let's give it a shot. Oh, wrong one. Let's pull this back a bit. Yeah, I think that works much better. Kind of. Perfect. Okay, we got the look. We got the look. That's a good idea. Yeah. Also, one last thing, just to be safe about this. If you set a goal and you think it's too much, if you think, okay, this seems like a lot, based off of experience, if you look at the goal and you think, all right, so here's the goal for them to reach. It seems like a bit much, though. I don't know if they'll be able to reach it. Bump it up some more. Swear to you, bump it up some more. Because if it's a goal that you don't want them to reach, but you know they are going to try to reach it, if you think it's a little much, bump it up. I've learned this way too many times. I've learned this from way too many mistakes. I learned this from the lamp he made. I learned this from the emote. I learned this from... what was the other one? I know there was another one that I thought of, but it was mostly the Lampy made stuff where I was like, I made a terrible mistake thinking, oh yeah, this number, that's a little much, but I think that's a fair and reasonable number. Ain't no way they're gonna reach it. Done in an hour. The other one, okay, this is a big number. This should be reasonable, right? Ain't no way they're gonna make that 2.5 hours. Oh, the other one was my birthday. I put a goal and I thought, okay, they'll never reach the birthday goal because it hasn't worked before. It ain't gonna happen now. 3 days. So now some folks know what day it is. So now I'm looking at that like, so this is why I say, if you think the number is a little bit too low, or if you think the number is a little bit high, bump it up. Because your chat may surprise you. They may surprise you. I know mine has. Yo, Mothman, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's give a shout out to the Mothman. If you haven't checked out Mothman, I highly recommend that you do. They do amazing art. They do some crazy streams. They also do their own Live2d rigging. They rig their own model. Like the model you see that on their stream, that was drawn and rigged by them. Go check them out. They also do oil painting. Some really amazing stuff. Gun. Thank you for redeeming gun. Also, let's put exclamation point Mooney. Go check out the Mooney. I highly recommend that you do. They also play some funny games. Really hilarious times over there. Get that shout out, you nerd. I've never set a true goal. Ah, I see. Well, if people start asking you to play some other games or start doing some other things or adding stuff to your stream, set a goal. Well, if it's a good idea, or if it's a good idea and you like it, just set it up. If it's a good idea and you don't want to do it, set a goal. If it's one of those things where you are just adamant, like, yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable with this, don't do it at all then. I want to say there's at least like 3, to simplify it, there's like 3 modes on this. It's a good idea, and you like the idea, and you want to do the idea, do the idea. If it's a good idea, and you don't like it, but you're okay if you have to do it, set a goal for them to reach in order for that thing to happen. This way, you at least have a bar to hide from before you have to do the thing. If it's an idea they like, and you are absolutely adamant that you really don't want to do this, you do not feel okay with this, don't do it. And you let them know you're not doing it because you don't feel okay with it. That's the three bars I'm gonna say. Those are the three columns I like to follow by. You don't have to do every single thing that your audience tells you, or that your chat tells you. Because, you know, boundaries and all of that. But if you think it's funny, but you don't want to, but okay, if you're okay with doing it, but you know that your chat is doing that to troll you, set a goal. See if they can make it happen. That's the best way to go about it, methinks. Whew. I see Mooney is angry. Get shouted out, you nerd. Accept it. All right, let me see. But yeah, how you be there, Mothman? Hope things are well. Oh yeah, also, I was playing Risk of Rain 2 with Mothman yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was very hilarious. We were trolling Mattias like crazy. It was a good time. Light trolling, of course. Oh, here is something. Take care of Lampy. Wait, why? What happened? I'm 100%. Oh, 100%. I'm good at being stubborn. Yeah, see? There you go. There you go. That's the way to go about it. Don't let your chat push you around. Y'all trolling Mads was funny. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. It was mostly Mothman's. Okay, yeah, it was mostly Mothman. Mothman was MVP on that one because of the jar. Don't ask about the jar. Pushes the lamp over? Hey, hold on a minute, Why are we pushing lamps over? Quee, I thought you were a bird, not a cat. Why are you pushing things over? Alright, so I think we got that one. So last and not least is Phys 3. So let's select Phys 3 as the deformer. Select Phys 3 on the parameter. Put the 3 green dots, move it over to the right. We're going to take everything up to the last, or up to the top 3 rows. And then select one more bar underneath that. And right here should be good. We're going to rotate this entire sucker over. Move it over to the right a little bit. And I think right there should be good. And then we move it back. Move it all the way to the left. Rotate the sucker significantly. Bring it backwards. And maybe move it up a little. Right there might be okay. Let's find out. Could be a little better. Let's move it a little bit further forward. Nah, we gotta move it back a little bit. I think that should work. Now for the last test is what we need to do is this big thing. So, move it over to the right. Move that one over to the right. Move that one to the right. That's our 3 physics. And what I'm seeing is that it doesn't look bugged. It doesn't look clipped. It doesn't look wonky. But now let's check the other side. That part looks okay as well. So that's a good sign. Nothing seems wonky. Nothing seems messed up. So we're good. How does the moth pull the gun if he has... Oh, let's see. How does the moth pull the trigger if he has to hug the gun to hold it? Oh, you see, here's the thing about that. The main thing is there's no trigger safety, or there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no... What's the exact words I'm looking for? There's no trigger discipline for this bug. Which, by the way, for safety reasons, always have trigger discipline. But for the bit, There is no trigger discipline. Lampy's hand is always on the trigger, so all I have to do is just hug the gun tighter, and then boom. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to explain how it goes. You just hug the gun tighter, and then there you go. There's no trigger guard either. Well, okay, so trigger guard is one word, but I was talking about trigger discipline, which is you never have your finger on the trigger no matter what, unless you are absolutely ready to fire. If you're not ready to fire, you do not have your finger on that trigger at all whatsoever. You keep it on the side of the gun. But once you're ready to fire, and once everything's all clear and everything is safe, or, you know, if you have to, you know, go to war and you're ready to pull the trigger on somebody, or, you know what I mean. When you're ready to pull the trigger is what I'm trying to say. That is when you put your finger on said trigger. But if you're not going to fire, you don't put that finger on that trigger. You keep it on the side. Lampy, on the other hand, does not follow that. There's also no trigger guard. So yeah, it is just full on pull that sucker. Pull that sucker at any time. Oh, whoops. Well, anyway, back to the drawing at hand, or back to the rigging at hand. Back to the rigging at hand indeed. Also, how does the recoil work? Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Recoil. There we go. But in all honesty, chances are Lampy would probably do a flip. I have a good idea. If I was streaming, I'd probably set it to 100 million, or yeah, 1 million, or is it one? Let's see, 10 million bits to donate part of it to Knight Rider Historian and help pay to repaint the tractor trailer they are restoring. I mean, that's one thing you could do. I mean, at that point, might as well just set up a donation page specifically for Knight Rider restoration. No spoilers, but Holy Carp, Death Stranding 2 isn't playing around. That's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign. Also, thank you for the hydrate and the posture check and the stretch there, Umbra. Yeah. 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 Slap the hammer with another leg and not extend the trigger is needed at all. Or, yeah. And no extended trigger is needed at all. Oh, you know what? True. There's also that. Oh, yeah. Lampy did make a gunshot flash for the jar cannon. Oh, you better believe it. I'm going to add that flash to the jar cannon as well. Thank you for the hydrate there, Riker. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. I ended up with bruise on my shoulder when I tried. Oh, yeah, to be fair, there are certain guns where they have one heck of a kick. They have one heck of a recoil. Like, especially if you're not ready for it, them guns, they... I'm trying to remember, what gun was it that I saw someone using... I saw someone using a gun, or, you know, firing a gun, and this dude was kind of a big guy. It seemed like a dude that, well, actually, no, he wasn't quite that big. He was kind of a slim dude, but he seemed pretty tall. But firing that gun, I forgot, he fired it only a few times before he had to put it down because he definitely hurt his shoulder. And then it showed examples of Marines actually using that gun, like regularly, just walking and firing like it was nothing. I'm like, the military training's no joke sometimes. Holy cow, how on earth? Knight Rider Historians already set up. It's been used to help fund with repairs so far already. Yo, nice. That's pretty cool. Wait, why are we talking about Knight Rider? Either way, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just looking about it like, wait, how did we get to Knight Rider? Where did Knight Rider come from? You talking about the chain-fed guns? Yeah, that's the one. The chain-fed gun. I think they're miniguns? Something like that? I don't know. That might have been the video. Alright, so now that we have that, we need to go back to Antenna. Not that one. We need to go to antenna 2 over here. And we need to go to Phys Y. Click on this. Put Phys Y on the deformer. That's the green box. And the parameter. That's the dial over there. Put the 3 green dots. Move it over to the right. And this time, we're going to switch things up a little bit. What we're actually going to do is just take everything but the bottom half. But the last row. Just move that up. Push them in a little bit. Maybe even rotate it a little bit. And then pull it back. Right there should be good. Maybe even move it upwards a little. And then for the second half, stretch them out a bit. Stretch them out a lot. Bring them down. And rotate it just a bit. Move it over to the right. Bring it down. There we go. Now let's see. There's our first half of the Y physics. Needs the SpongeBob my leg scream. Wait for the wait. Let me try to re-articulate my thoughts again. For which part are we talking about exactly? When the person's using the gun or when Lampy does the flip? All right, let me see. Oh, when the gun fires. I mean, that would also make sense. M60 probably. Probably. Thank you for the hydrate there. How's everybody doing hydrate? Needs the sponge... Oh, okay, so I saw that part. Also, apologies. For most, most links, I kind of shut those ones off mostly because there was a time where a lot of people were just dropping on in and saying, oh, hey, check this out. Or, yeah, check this out. Or, hey, I did a thing, or stuff like that. Or, I forgot how it went, but there was a lot of times where people just dropped a lot of unsolicited links. And I'm like, I didn't say you could drop that link. Like, hey, you should check this out. Like, okay, give me a second. Like, without even, or yeah, most of the time, a lot of the folks were like, don't get me wrong. There were some folks where they just asked like, hey, can I drop this link here? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. No, yeah, sure. By all means, no problem. But there were some folks where it's like, hey, I want you to see this. And then they just drop the link right there. I'm like, one, I'm not clicking that because I don't even know what it is. And so after a while, I was like, okay, you know what? We're just going to block links just to be safe. So I will say I apologize that the YouTube clip did not go through. All right, let's see. Gotta stay hydrated. You know what? Fair. That's fair. That's true. I'm going to drop a link that says you're a silly goober. JK? You're a silly goober. Yeah, that's all I got to say. What you got to do now? You're a silly goober. I can't speak today. Anyway, so now that we got that set up, Phys 2, gonna put that, gonna put 3 green dots. We're gonna move it. We're gonna move that one in that direction. We're gonna have it move up. And here's our next step for this. We're gonna increase the size, or we're gonna use this deform brush. What the deform brush does is that it allows us to just take certain points, certain parts, and just move them, bump them around, shift them however we see fit. And instead of selecting bits and pieces, or yeah, instead of selecting each part individually, or even selecting the corners, we can just take a certain amount based off of the size of the brush, and just move them however we see. Like so. And there we go. Let's see. So let's see. Drops link to hear... Oh, let's see. Drops link to hear him scream. I'm gonna eat all the food in your fridge. You know what? Just for that, I'm wiping out the memory of all... Or I'm wiping out your save data in every single console you have. That's right. I cranked this thread up to 11. That's how you really get someone like, don't you dare try that. But yeah, let me see. Oh wait, not that link. Wait, what link? Okay, now I'm really worried and yeah, really worried about what Quee's joke is pulling. Anyway, thought Quee probably beat me to it. I mean, to be fair, both the moment I bring it up, like both of y'all are like, you know what? It's time to drop links. Yeah, had links off for a while too. Sorry, I should have checked. I only ever share people own Twitch clip links, I promise. All good there, Mothman, all good. No worries. I just wanted to give or how do I put it? There ain't nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to give my explanation because I feel like an explanation is at least due. Because, yeah. But I thank you for your understanding. And no worries there, buddy. Also, Kratos Volkswagen, welcome on in. Wait, Kratos Volkswagen? You know what? I'll take it. Welcome on in. How you be? Hope things are going well. I hope things are good. My Elden Ring. Yeah, that's right. I got your Elden Ring hostage. I will delete that date at a moment's notice. No, I won't. But you don't need to know that part. So glad cartridges save. Don't stay. Oh. So glad cartridges saves don't stay on my console. I'll put a magnet on your cartridges. I'm old. I know how these things work. I know how to get both. I know how to get both sides of the time spectrum. Let's see. Don't steal his stacks. I restock them. A likely story. Oh yeah, I forgot. Queen doesn't eat. Had 2 pieces of pizza? Wait, I thought I had 2 pieces of pizza. Is Queen just a figment of my imagination now? I'm worried. Give his Elden Ring back? Thank me. But also, I agree. Queen needs to eat more. Cartridge saves not magnetic, so... Oh. Cartridge saves are magnetic. You are thinking of disk saves, so magnets delete the game too. Oh. You know what? I'll just take a hammer to the cartridges. Problem solved. Hammer solves everything. Easy. Easy solution. If ain't nothing else working, just get a hammer. That's how my parents, that's how my mama used to do it. Just threaten everybody's games with a hammer. Like, you don't do this or you don't go to school, I'm taking this hammer. I'll tell every single game that's in this room. Like, no, okay, school. It was a rough experience, but yeah, that's how that's how you get them. Also, let's put those dots back. Let's bump this up. Let's move that over. That should be good right there. Let's move this over. Let's bump that down. Let's pull this part down a little bit. Now let's see. Let's also take that point and bump it up a little. That should be all right. Let's take that end and drag that up. All right, now that we got those effects going on, let's test this sucker. Let's save. Let's go to the modeling. Let's go to the physics settings. Let's drag this all the way over here. Now let's look at them antennae. Let's look at this one in particular. Let's look at this sucker. All right, so we need to make a new antenna physics. So let's go to that physics setting over there. Drag all the way down. Go to this. Go to add, and we're going to call this one Phys or Antenna X. And then we put OK. Then we go over here and put add. We put X. Put all right. Bump that effect all the way to 100. That should be good. Then we come down over here to physics model preset. Hit name. Click on that. Bring this down to for this case, let's go with hair triple pendulum. Click on that. Click import. We're good there. Go to out, or yeah, go all the way back up here where it says input settings. Move it to the output. Click on output. Go down here to where it says add. Click on add. A box will pop up, and we select all of our antenna physics settings. All of them for X anyway. From X, we go all the way across like so. And we are good like that. When we move it, as you can see, there's a slight amount of movement, not too much, and that's okay. Well, it's not okay. We need to fix that part, but it is okay because it's an easy fix. We just go to this spot over here that says increase maximum output. It's going to ask, do you want to do that? You say yes. Then it bumps up the scales from 1 to 43, 46, 33, all of that. It just bumps up the numbers on the scale. Move it over. There we go. Now we got the physics settings moving all right, but we only have it for X. Now we need it for Y. And here's how we're going to do that. Let's go back over to this part. Let's click on this box. Or actually, let's duplicate this sucker. Hit duplicate. We're going to replace X2 with antenna Y. Or we're going to rename it to antenna Y. Now we're going to go over to this part where it says angle X. Click on that and change angle X to angle Y. Boom. And then we're going to change that triple pendulum to a double pendulum. Put import. Specified thing, blah, 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 blah. That's okay. Then we go to our output settings. And we delete all of these. We don't want them here no more. So delete, delete, delete. Then we go to add, and then we put Antenna Phys Y1 and Y2. And then we put those all right. We move it up and down. There's some slight movement there, but not too much. Increase the output. Put OK. And now we're getting much more movement on the Y physics settings. So now we go. It could be stronger, but I think that should be all right. Actually, you know what? Because of that, I think we need to go a little bit higher. Let's bump that up to 60. Let's bump that one up to 50. Let's put OK. And now let's try that again. There we go. Much more movement. There we go. Perfect. So we got the left and the right. We got the up and the down. We got all the physics settings we needed. And let's close that and let us save and let's catch up with some things. Let me see. The Lampy agrees. Now you gotta eat a reasonable amount. Yes, a reasonable amount of your food. Get it out of the cabinet. Let me see. Now has an excuse to steal the snacks. Your food, not mine. Steal your food. Or eat your food, not steal my food. You don't have to steal just that. See, there's that too. I'm also probably gonna say no. Steals them anyway and scurries into the cupboard. That's it. I'm setting this entire building on fire. I'm gonna lock the doors. Barricade the door. Barricade the windows. Finally lock that basement for once. And then they'll never be able to get out. Right, lampies are flame resistant. I'm gonna drown the building. There we go. We're just gonna fill the entire building with water. Problem solved. Lampies can't swim anyway. Enters gremlin mode. Stop gremlin moding. I never leave gremlin mode. That's also true. Quee's always gremlin. They're supposed to be a bird, but they're full-on gremlin. Me and Quee crawling around Lampy's floors. Get off the floor. Who said I was stealing yours, Lampy? Oh. Oh, then carry on. Carry on, then. Welcome on in there, Tent. How you be? Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's see. What if it's John's snacks? No, I can't swim? Yeah, no Lampy can swim. But you know what? If you're stealing someone else's snacks, you know what? By all means, that's what lampies do. They steal. Go ahead and lock me in the basement. I like it down here. That's it. I'm drowning the basement. I'm turning it into the ocean. I'm a cosmic being who takes a bird form. Not when you're here. When you're here, you're a lampy. Cosmic beings, celestial entities, demonic creatures, or robots. Once you get here, you're just a bug. Just like me. We're all bugs here. We're all bugs now. Never gonna play probably not gonna play Overwatch again, but I'm still gonna use those memes when I get the opportunity. I'm gonna be in the ocean next month. Oh yeah! Congrats on, or I hope you have a safe trip there, Quee. Get out of the cupboard. Am I getting moth form now just to bully you? Good. The conversion continues. Alright, so now that we got all that done, next step, let's go to this set of antennae. Also, I realized the music just stopped. Get that music back. Now the next step, let's get physics X, bump it back over here, put that to the Y, or put that to the three green dots. I can't speak anymore. Also, what time is it? 10 o'clock? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to play Night Rain today. Or I'm not going to be able to stream Night Rain today, I don't think. So if that's the case, yeah, I'll stream Night Rain tomorrow then. Or maybe even next Tuesday. No. Okay. Yeah, I'll stream Night Rain tomorrow because I really want to play Night Rain. And then I got to do some arting on Tuesday. There we go. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I'll take a break and rest. Because, yeah, I still need to take a break and rest. So I think that might be the answer. We're going to move this over to the right. We're going to rotate this some more. We're going to drag this down. Right there should be good. We're going to bump this over here. Rotate this over. Move it back. Drag it up a bit. Right there should be good. Now let's see the effect. Not quite. Okay, so we're going to bring this back over here. We're going to select everything from that point and everything from that point. Just leave it just above the stem. Then we rotate this over. Right there should be good. Then we move it over to the other side. Oh, that one already moved. Okay, so we need to delete that dot, bring that back, rotate this again. Rotate it over like that, drag this down, rotate it one more time. And right there should be good. Now let's see. Right and left and right and left. And let's pull this down a little bit. Right there should be good. Bring it down just a little bit more. Perfect. And we're all set. That's one side of the antenna. Now for the second half. We select everything all the way up to that. We select all the way everything over here. And that section should be okay. Let's put 3 green dots. Oh, wait, no. Delete those ones. Go to Phys X2. Put 3 green dots there. You might be able to notice that I'm maybe trying to rush it so I could play some Night Rain. But I know that's still not possible because, well, I still have to do some animation stuff. I still have to animate the gun. And the wings. I mean, the animation for the gun and the wings might be doable. It might be simple. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's move that over. I gotta bump this up. I think that works just fine. So let's save right there. Also, let me catch up with some things. Oh yeah, hashtag addicted to Night Rain? What? No, I'm not addicted to Night Rain. I could quit at any time. I don't know what you're talking about. Time to look up bugs on break. True. Time to look up some bugs. So it's agreed that when I get a model, I need to make a lampy form for it. I mean, I don't think that would be a bad idea. And I'll commission Lampy to rig it to give him a bazillion dollars. God. Okay, 1, I would definitely take that job. 2, save your money. But 3, I would definitely take that job. But yeah, let's see. Let me see. To be honest, once I'm done cleaning my work area between calls, I may boot it up and play between calls. That's fair. I mean, who doesn't want a good old game of Night Rain? I love that game. I don't know why. I need to quit. No, I don't need to quit. Maybe I need to quit. I'm probably not going to, but maybe I should. Still not going to happen. Oh yeah, this is the Y angle. This is going to be the easier part. So we just squish this part inwards. We pull that part up. We don't pull it that high up though. Maybe right there. And we go here. We squish this part down. We stretch it out significantly. Also need to play more, what's it called? Risk of Rain 2. I just need to find proper hours to play Risk of Rain 2, because waking up on time, waking up is a struggle. I will definitely say that. Waking up is a difficult task. But I want to wake up on time for other streams to play some Risk of Rain 2 with other people. But it's really, really tricky. Dang it, y'all got me wanting to play Night Rain now. Addicted to Night Rain? What? Nah, not addicted to Night Rain. I don't know what you're talking about. What's the word? It's a game that you could quit whenever you want. Yeah, that's totally it. Which is funny, because I actually know a friend, a fellow streamer, where they kind of got burnt out from playing Night Rain because they played a lot of Deep of Night. And playing with randoms really burnt them out. So they decided they're gonna stop being the Night Rain streamer. They're gonna go play other games. And they have played other games. But right after those games that they played, the very same stream, right after, they go right back to Night Rain. So it's not an easy quit. It's not an easy I mean, I could quit that game whenever I want. I don't know what you're talking about. Totally an easy quit. No. It's a... very simple, very easy. Yes, very much so. Very much so. Yeah, totally. Anyway, okay, so now that we got that, let's go to Phys X2 or Phys Y2. Click on that. Move it over here. Oh, wait. We're not done yet. Let's go back to Phys Y1 because I forgot that this thing still needs to rotate a bit. We're going to rotate a little bit to the right. Move it over. Move it up. Actually, no. Leave it right there. Bring it over to the other side. Rotate it to the... Nope, not squish. Rotate it to the left. Bring it over a little bit. Bring it back down. Right there should be good. Perfect. Now we go back to Phys Y2. Now this part should be a little easier because, you know, it's just... take the brush and move these parts over a little bit, however we see fit. Maybe something a little like that. And bring this part up and pull that part up. Move this over here. Rotate that a little over. Move that over. Bring that down. Something along those lines. And that part should be good. Maybe take this point, pull it back down a little bit. There we go, perfect. Now, here's the good thing about working on these parameters there, these little dials. The one part I want to bring up is, since we already worked on all of these things, since we already worked on the left side, you're probably thinking, okay, so now we got to repeat the process on the right side, right? Wrong. Because it's not about the deformers when it comes to the physics settings. Well, it is a little bit about the deformers when it comes to the physics settings, but the main focus is also on the parameters. Because when we go to our modeling tab, we go all the way down to the physics settings, we bring this back up, you will notice we didn't do anything for the right antennae other than set up the parameters, or set up the deformers. in the physics settings, we didn't do nothing. It was already set up. Why? Because we already set up the specific parameters for said deformers. Therefore, whenever we add anything to those parameters, they will automatically be set up in the physics setting because we already set up said parameters in said physics setting. So, if you ever make hair physics, or if you ever make hair deformers, those are the green boxes. If you ever make those ones and you set them up in pre-established parameters, then they'll automatically be set up when you look in the physics setting. Like so. We did nothing for the left antennae when it came to the physics, but it's already set up as if it was already done. Because, to be fair, it was already done. And that's the important thing. There we go, we got our antennae. Now for the next step. We might actually be able to pull this off. Let's save, because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't saved this entire stream, so saving is a must right now. Next step, we need to work on animations, specifically that gun. But, well, before we can work on that gun animation, we gotta do one other thing. We need to get the flash. Thank you for the bits there, Crow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. John has big theory. Oh, that's his big theory? Let's see. Okay. It's too much to say here. Oh, it's too much to say here, but I have a theory that Elden Ring literally changes the chemical makeup of your brain. Queen knows what I'm talking about. That does sound like a big theory. I wonders. Also, let's give a shout out to Crow. How be the Crow? How be things? I hope things are well. Hope things are good. Hey, you were playing Night Rain 2? How is your Night Rain runs? I hope they were good. I hope they've been going well. Alright, so here's what we need to do. We need to go back to one of our previous models. Because I'm going to take the flash that you see on this gun. I'm going to add that to this model here. So, let's go find the old Lampy model. Speaking of guns, for someone else's model, I have to draw and rig another shotgun. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Let me see. That's the layer. That's the one. Let's go over there. And we're going to do some classic FromSoft thing and reuse some materials to make something different. Kind of. We're going to go click on this. We're going to go find that flare. We're going to make sure we got the right flare for it. No, that's the flare for the Lampy mech. That's the wrong one. Gun flare? That's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so here's how we're going to handle that one. We're going to save this. We're going to go to desktop and we're going to save this in the Rotmoth folder. So when we save this, we can actually take everything else away. So let's take that layer, get rid of that. Which one's this one? No, we keep that one and we get rid of that one. What is this layer? That layer is literally nothing. What is it even doing there? You know what? Not important. Let's merge this down. Let's see what happens. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Let's click on that. We're going to save. And now we have our gun model. Next step we need to do is that we're going to close this folder. We're going to close this program because we don't need it no more. We're going to take that gun flare file. We're going to toss it into the... Oh, hold on a minute. We're going to toss it into the or the Live2d program. There we go. We also need to go to the tutorial for this so you can see. When we toss it in there, this window will pop up and it asks, do we want to make a new PSD file or do we want to make a new file or a new model based off that file? Or do we want to add that to the Rotmoth? Obviously, we'll want to click on Rotmoth. Double click on that. That's going to ask, do we want it to be a new mesh? Do we want to register it to other meshes or without adding meshes? Or do we want to replace parts? Obviously, we want to add this as a new art mesh. So we click OK, let it do its thing. Hey, what the? Okay, gun flare popped up as 2, but like I said, we don't need that. So let's get rid of this one. And let's get rid of this one. There's our gun flash. So you know what? Even though it was supposed to pop up as a singular layer and it did not do that. This'll be fine. Oh, wait, that's why. I was in the moth layer. You know what? That's fair. We still have the file in the folder, but we'll just keep this. And for this part, we will not need to really do much. We don't need to set up their... We don't need to set up the mesh. We can leave the mesh as is. We're going to leave it right where it is. We're not going to worry about that part. I sounded insane talking to Kui about it. I'm going to need to see what this insanity is all about. This actually sounds pretty cool. Also, let's add Mothman to the stream. Mothman. There's no need to put down, I said Mothman. Lift that man off the ground, I said Mothman. 'Cause you're in a new town and there's folks to be abducted. Thank you for redeeming Mothman. Which, by the way, folks, you can find this Mothman of your very own on the Etsy page and the vgen page. Only $10 for your very own Mothman model. It comes with many different variations. It comes with traditional Mothman, conventional Mothman, which I'm convinced was a bird, was an owl specifically. This concept of Mothman, I don't remember where it came from, but it exists. And if you cannot pick, why pick? Be not afraid. And last but not least, as you already saw during the Mothman song, it has its own lean animation. Just to be spooky, just to be eerie. And yes, in case you're wondering, the shadow does come with the model. That is not an effect on the screen, that is an effect from the model, as you can see. As soon as that model leans in, everything goes dark. And I really like that concept. So yeah. If you ever needed a Mothman for your streams, whether you wanted a Mothman model for yourself, or you wanted a Mothman mascot somewhere looming around in the corners, there you go, there's your option. Again, you can find it by clicking or by typing !ETSY or !VGEN. And you can find your very own Mothman as well as many other models. Let's also close that so Rat is no longer Kingpin style. And there we go, we're all set. Thank you for redeeming Mothman. Also, thank you for the quack there, John. I greatly appreciate that. Whew. That was a lot. All right, let me see. I mean, come on, even people who despise Souls games are always drawn to Elden Ring. That is honestly also true. Like, there's some people who've never played a Souls game that started playing Elden Ring. What are they putting in the water? They're putting in the water to make Elden Ring entertaining. They're putting something in the water to make people love Elden Ring. What is it? This is an interesting theory. You know the Pepe Silva meme, that scene? That was me. Wait, is that the one where you got the crazy guy with his hands on the wall or hands over a conspiracy board where he looks like he's absolutely rabid about some sort of conspiracy that he's cooking up? If so, I think I know what you're talking about. All right, so here's what we got to do about this one. We're going to take these two layers. We're going to make a deformer for that. And we're going to call that one Gun Flare. I think flare is with an E, so let's put an E. Also, let's bump this depth back down to 5 because we don't really need it to be at 10. There we go. Create. There we go. All set. And for this case, we could also bring this down to 0% opacity. Wait, not yet. We need to keep it visible, because what we also need to do is open up the jar, take this layer, move it right in front to where the jar would be. Boom, that's the bang. That's the explosion. Now we need to make a new parameter. We're going to click on this new parameter. We're going to drop that back down to 0, like so. We're going to move that maximum to 1. We're going to name this parameter Bang. Oh yeah, to show you what I mean, this is wrong one. to show you the statistics of what we're doing with this one here, what we're trying to set up. Oh yeah, that doesn't really change anything. So let me start that one all over again. So what we need to do, we need to go to our parameter tab. We need to go all the way down here. We need to push that plus sign. Click on that plus sign. This window will pop up. We're going to name it bang. And we're going to go back over here to turn this into a light switch. How do we do that? By turning our minimum to 0. Put that minimum at 0. And at the maximum, you can put any number that's above 1. And in this case, I think I'm just going to put 1 for that. So minimum 0, default 0, maximum 1, name of the thing, bang. That is it. Then we put OK. Now we're all set. I should have an explosion emote. What am I doing with my life? Yo there, Vanilla. Thank you for the 37 months. Holy cow, it's been a while. How you be? I hope things are going well. I hope things are good. Thank you for the hydrate there, Nay. And you know what? Now that hey, Throne. You know what? Just for that. I don't know if Nay streams. I don't think Nay streams, but just to troll them a little bit, I'm shouting out Nay. Nay does not stream, but you know what? Get a shout out. Yeah, take that. Yeah, that's right. 2 can play at this game. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so now that we got all that done, here's what we got to do next. We're going to take the... Oh, right, not 3. Now that we got our new deformer, we're going to make sure that we have the gun flare. We're going to put 2 green dots. And at 0, which is the standard, we're going to put that one... We're going to go all the way back up to this inspector tab, look for the opacity, look for that percentage, which is 100. We're going to drop it all the way down to 0%. I stared into the barrel of the gun. You know what? Fair. Yo, Soj, welcome on in. Gun? Gun. Indeed, we do be having gun. How you be? I hope things are going well. Also, Talus, good to see you. How you be? Hope things are going well. I hope things are good. Hope everyone's having fun. Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. All of that good stuff. Let's give a shout out to Soj. Go check out the Sojita. They play a good variety of games. Really, really chill times. Really, really fun streams. You haven't checked them out? You're doing yourself a disservice. And the cozy time? Nice, nice, nice. Also, they like coffee. Or at least that's what the meme is telling me. I don't know. My first impression of Soj was the Dunkin' Donut meme that Mothman was painting. Which, by the way, even for a meme, they went all in on that painting. You should check it out. I highly recommend that you do. About to hit the bed, about to hit the bed, but stopped in to say hello to you and your gun. Thank you there, Talus. I greatly appreciate it. You go get that sleep. You go get that rest. And I hope you have a good day, a better tomorrow, and a great week. All that good stuff. Whew. I'm trying to keep up. I don't know how streamers do it. Dunkin' Donut? Yeah, Dunkin' Donut. I thought that said drink donut. Like, you know what? You should drink donut. Just get yourself milk. Just get yourself a half glass of milk. Stuff a donut in there. Swirl it with a spoon. Boom. You got the weirdest milkshake you've ever imagined. Maybe put it back in the freezer for a minute so it's cold. I don't know. Don't actually listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never tried it myself either. So if you try to do so and you come back to me saying, Lampy, I tried this donut milkshake you talked about. This was horrible. Why would you suggest it? I'm going to let you know. Fair warning, I never tried it. I don't know how that goes. So I wouldn't recommend you try it either. But if you choose to do so, let me know what it tastes like. Milk is gross? That's because you're lactose intolerant. I think. I'm assuming. I actually don't know, but I think. Thank you for the hydrate there, Soj. I greatly appreciate that. All right, let me see. Doing good. How about yourself? I have been overwhelmed with all sorts of work, but it's been a good roll. It's been I've been working on all sorts of projects. I got a new project where I got a new Live2d project, a new Live2d commission, where I have to make a controller asset for somebody that actually does the button pushing whenever they click on buttons. That's gonna be a fun one. Along with that, there's about two animations, one emote type of commission, and I'm nearly finished with the Eldritch Abomination Live2d model. I'm nearly finished with that one. The art is done, well, almost done. The rigging is done, the art is almost done. All that's left is to give that Eldritch Abomination a gun, and then we're good. Yeah, I said what I said. However, it doesn't mean I'm done with Live2d projects, because like I said, there's still the Melania asset, and there's still the ferret. And then after that, then I'm finally finished. But there might also be another commission for another Live2d model from somebody, because they are trying to get back into... Or, well, they're on a hiatus because they're doing a rebrand, so that's going to take a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff. My brain is fried. That's why I want to play Night Rain. I'm like, you know what? I want to de-stress. I want to calm myself down. I want to just sit back and relax and play a game where they kill you multiple times. I don't know why. It just is. I am? See? There you go. That's why. Put the donut in a blender. Ooh, put the donut in a blender. Add some milk. Boom. Donut shake. See, there you go. Problem solved. What's my name? Dunkachino. That's the one. Dunkachino. That's what it was called. Love that meme. Alright, let's see. Everything you say just seems threatening to me. Oh, threatening with a gun. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a family-friendly stream. Nothing threatening at all whatsoever. See? We're all having a good time. It's all funs and games. I don't know what you're talking about there, Chalice. It's a fun, chill time. There's no problems at all whatsoever. Give me your wallet. I'm joking, by the way. That last part, save your money. Yo, Chaos, welcome on in. Let's give a shout out. Let's give a couple shout outs. One, let's give a shout out to Talus. They play a good variety of games. Really awesome people. They also do art. And let's give a shout out to Chaos Puppy. I don't know how to spell anymore. Go check out Chaos Puppy. They also play a good variety of games. Really hilarious times. They do the voice acting and all that stuff. And it's absolutely insane over there. I know a lot of people here that can testify to that. That it's insane. In a good way, of course. Go check them out. I highly recommend it. And if you thought the things that I say are insane, trust me, they can one-up me on that. We're talking about blending a donut and milk to make a milkshake. I'm pretty sure they could top that somehow. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure whatever they say, or they could say something that'll top everything I just mentioned right now. Bar none. Go follow them. Go support them. Pay the puppy tax. I don't really like Night Rain, and my friends stopped talking to me because of that. Okay, there's two possibilities on that one. One, those aren't really your friends. If they just stop talking to you because you don't like that game. There's also another possibility that, did you constantly tell them you don't like that game? Or was it just that you were like, it's not for me? And then they were just like, just disappeared after that. Because if that's the case, those aren't your friends, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but they're not your friends if they stop talking to you over one game. Especially if they stop talking to you over not liking one game. Second case, there is a possibility that if someone constantly tells them, Why are you still playing that game? That game sucks. I don't like that game. That game, like, why are y'all, like, why do you play that game? Then that would give warrant to reason for people to be like, we're gonna keep playing this game, but we're not gonna tell them we're playing this game, because then they keep showing up and saying, I don't like this game. But if it was the former and not the latter, then still, either way, regardless, it's still one of those unfortunate situations. But yeah, if they stop talking to you over one game, that's a bit of a problem. Like, I know some people that tell me they don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I sit there like, I don't blame you. There's a lot of different games where it ain't for people, but that's just how it be sometimes. Alright, let me catch up some things. That looks amazing. Thank you there, Chaos. I greatly appreciate that. Just wait till you see this sucker move. That's when it's gonna get wild. I love the detail. Thank you. I struggled with the detail a lot. I really wanted to make this thing look rotten. I wanted to make it look fleshy. I wanted to make it look bug-like. I wanted to make it look like it came from I wanted to make this thing look like it was born in Kaled somehow. And I think we got a good job on that one. It's definitely red. It's definitely got the rot look. It's got the details we're looking for. Also, Yuki, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Moth, that's scary. Then we're doing a good job. Don't worry about it. It is a new model, but it's not going to be the permanent model. This is only going to be for Night Rain streams. So there will be days where it's there. There will be days where it's not. Under most days, it's usually going to be the regular Lampy model you see here. But when it comes to Elden Ring and maybe Night Rain, boom, Bug Moth or Rot Moth. The donut milkshake reminds me of Lampy is a threat. You know what? You're not wrong. The donut milkshake reminds me of a fluffy joke about chocolate cake milkshake. Yes, it's actually a piece of cake in the milkshake. Wait, what? Chocolate cake milkshake. Okay, wait. I think I know what you're talking about a chocolate shake milkshake, and I'm not gonna lie. I'd eat it. I mean, it's a piece of chocolate cake inside your milkshake. I mean, what's not to like? Yeah, see, there you go. Let's see. We all are. Yeah, we're all threats. Oh, he is jonesing for the Night Rain. I am jonesing for the Night Rain. What does jonesing mean? I should probably click on this one instead, so the little ping stops going off. Been on sickly hiatus. Our whole household on antibiotics because we dying. Ah, sorry to hear that there, Chaos. I hope things get better. I hope you're able to, what's it called? I hope you're able to, what's it called, rest a bit, because, yeah, that's an unfortunate circumstance. I'm sorry to hear that. Or I hope you're able, I hope you and your whole household is able to recover soon. Because, yeah, getting sick, especially during the winter, that's a rough one. Because then you got that feeling of you're either hot during the cold weather, or you're cold, even more cold than usual in the cold weather, and that always sucks. I'm sorry to hear that there. And I hope you're getting better. I found a video of chocolate milkshake, or chocolate cake milkshake. Where do I post it in Discord? Post it in the videos channel. I believe we have a video channel for that one. Alright, let's see. We've heard of milkshakes, but what about shake milks? What would be a shake milk? How do you go about a shake milk? Okay, if milkshake is when you stir the shake, would a shake milk just be shaking the bottle? You know what? There you go. That's your shake milk. You just shake the bottle. Or if you want to go really far on this one, send earthquakes. Why send earthquakes? Because you're trying to shake the cow. Shake that cow, but the cow is too big, and you don't want to really harm the cow. So how do you commit shaking the cow without harming the cow? Earthquakes. Sorry for Japan and New York, but earthquakes. Shake that cow. Boom. You got your shake milk. There's your answer. There's your answer. I just played with them and I didn't like it, but we had known each other for years and they both just ghosted me. because I didn't want to play with them. That's a tough one. I don't know the entire story, so I can't really answer that one to you right there. But based off of the information you just gave me, that does not sound like friends. I mean, who drops someone... See, that's the thing I'm wondering. Like, who drops somebody over a game? Like, over a single game. Like, someone just dropping somebody over a single game. That's, I don't know what to tell you on that one. Like I said, I don't know the whole story, so I'm just gonna take your word for it on that one and just say that's messed up. I'm sorry to hear that there, friend. Don't let it move. Don't let it move, Moth. Don't let what move? This? Don't let this move? Look at him go. Yeah! Let's make him a little bit smaller so you could actually see him. There we go. Oh, the play stopped moving. There we go. Look at him go. Perfect. Alright, let's see. Lampy, I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Tell me more lore till I like it. Oh, tell me more lore till I like it. I actually do. Oh, I actually do like it. I mean, yeah. Is that a kaiju, Lampy? Oh, nah, this thing's still gonna be tiny. This thing's still gonna be football-sized. It's just gonna be in the rotten swamps of Kaled. It's gonna be a scarlet rot bug. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm still going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Nonstop, but if someone says they don't like Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm going to be like, I understand, I get where you're coming from. So anyway, about Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, let me tell you why I didn't like the ending of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. Alright, let's see. I'm about over my cold, but I'm still hot cold a lot. Dang, sorry to hear about that one there, friend. That's an unfortunate circumstance right there. Let's see. Meds are working, so we're all recovering decently. Thanks so much. Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to hear that things are going well. I'm glad to hear that you're recovering. And I thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. Cow quakes. Exactly, cow quakes. You quake them cows. Turn them into Quaker cows. Or something like that? Just quake them cows. That's the main thing you gotta do. Alright, let me see. Auto-modded? Yeah, auto-modded is working overtime today. I don't know why. What if I don't have a cow? I see what you did there. See, you don't have to have a cow if you commit earthquakes. You're gonna shake somebody's cow, and then boom! Earthquake. Or cow shake. No, wait. Shake milk. Shake milk. We were talking about shake milk. It's so good. Look at that moving. I know, right? Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I especially like how the wings came out. The wings were a lot of work, but we got it done, and that's what matters. Swampy? Yeah, we're Swampy the Rot Moth. I hate the name Swampy, but it works so well. I'm gonna greet myself as that next time. Like, when I'm using that one in the Night Rain streams, I'm just gonna be like, hey everybody, my name is Swampy. Small time illustrator, football size moth. Swampy the Swamp Moth. Alright, let's see. That's actually really good, oh my god. Thank you, I'm glad that you like that one there, Kratos. Might I remind you that a lot of humans are... yeah, a lot of humans are lampy, petty, but... You know what? That's true, that's fair. Sometimes people are messed up. I kind of forget that because I don't go outside as often anymore. I try to avoid it. Like, oh yeah, no, I think people are all right. That's because you don't hang out with them anymore, Lampy. That's also true. Good lord, that reminds me. Okay, I'm not gonna tell these stories because obviously they're not my stories to tell, but I remember some friends telling me about some things that happen in life, and I'm like, oh wow, that's messed up. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with people? That's all I'm going to say about that one, because like I said, I'm not going to go into details. But yeah, it just John telling me that part, it just reminded me, like, oh yeah, yeah, I remember people now. This is why we don't human, we just burp. You know what? That's also fair. That is also fair, that is also good. How do I become Moth? Oh, well, funny that you mentioned that there, Kratos. Well, for one thing, I gotta tell you this. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Crew. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. So there you go. Problem solved. Stare deeply into the lamp. That too. That too. Why not name it Roddy Tops? I don't get it. I don't know. I saw the name Swampy and I was like, you know what? That's the name now. We should all be more like Lampy. No, don't be like Lampy. Save your money. Well, I've been trying to save my money. So you know what? Maybe... Well, actually, no. Don't be like Lampy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm just always looking at things like... People tell me, like, we should all be more like you. No. Bad idea. I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure bad idea. I'm a stubborn butt. That's the best way to go about it. He didn't get it. I apologize. There's a joke there, and I wish I knew it. But it went over my head like an airplane. My pettiness is restocking snacks. You know what? Fair enough. Restock them snacks. Also, get out of the cupboard. So now that we got that effect going, we got the jar. Yeah, we got the jar. So here's our next move. It is time to add some animation. Also, Dino Seeker, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Hello, Moth. How are you? My brain is fried. I want to play Night Rain. But we got a work to do. But we're almost done with it. We only got to add 2 animations and we're set. We're good, we're golden, and then we play a game of Night Rain. So, animations. How do we set up animations? Well, 1, first, let's save. And 2, we're going to go to this square over here that shows all them squares that say modeling. We're going to click on that. When we click on that, we're going to find 3 tabs. Modeling, animation, form animation. I don't know what that third one does. I still don't get it. I never tested it out. And we're not testing it out today either. We're going to just go to regular animation. We're going to click on that. And then boom, a new window pops up. Now, this may look intimidating, and you may be stuck and confused like, okay, how do we begin from here? What on earth do we do? I'm going to be honest with you. I too was very confused about that one. But it's a very, very simple solution. You see that little file up there that says Rot Moth? It's probably going to show whatever file it is that you're looking for. Hold that file, click on it and hold, and then just drag it all the way down here to where that timeline stuff is. Just drag it here. And then you let go. A new window is going to pop up. It's going to ask some things. Just put OK. And then we got this whole big old box. Now, granted, this big old box is a little tricky, a little intimidating. And why is it all the way out here? And we'll figure that out later. But for right now, let's just zoom in. Let's shrink this down. Let's just move it over. We're going to put it right there. Perfect. Let's see. Doing good. I had a birthday. Hey, congratulations and happy birthday there, Dino Seeker. I hope you had a lot of fun with your birthday. I hope you got some good presents. Or if you didn't get presents, I just hope you had a fun day. And that's all that really matters, is enjoying your birthday for what it is. I ate boneless wings covered in honey barbecue. For a dessert, I ate flan. Ooh. I like the honey barbecue wings. God, I want to go to Wingstop now. I want Wingstop barbecue wings. I need to do that again. One of these days, one of these weeks. You know what? Yeah, one of these weeks. After I finish off that one commission, I'm going to get me some Wingstop. You know, reward myself for finishing off that job. Just, boom, Wingstop, barbecue. Love those wings. Also, happy birthday, Dino Seeker. I think those are words. Yeah. Happy birthday. I hope you had a lot of fun. That does sound good. I want barbecue wings. Okay, so for this situation, what I want to do, we're actually going to drop this animation to 1 second, because I think it only needs 1 second. So let's go all the way over here. Let's get this little line. Just drag it all the way over until we reach that 1 second mark. Because this is going to be a real quick animation right here. This part should be good. So for one, now that we got that set up, let's go to this blue dot, or this blue section that shows Rot Moth. Click on said thing. Click on another button that says Live2d part. Oh wait, no, Live2d parameters. We want that one. Click on that one, and then boom, it's going to show us all the parameters we need. And for this case, we're going to put the jar up. Put that jar right there. Move it all the way over here. At the halfway point, we're going to have the body move up a bit. No, that's the wrong direction. That's left and right. We want the body to move up just a bit. Move the head. Then we go to body Y, move the body up a little. Right there should be good. Right there is a solid option. There. Now, at this point, we also add the full... Oh, right. Okay, we're going to save this. Put it in the Rot Moth folder. We're going to name this animation Gun Fire. And then we save that like that. But before we continue from here, we need to go back to our Rot Moth folder, or our Rot Moth model, because we need to get that gun flare. And we need to find the center of said gun. We need to find the center of said jar. Where did I put that jar? Alright, we found the jar cannon, and we found jar front. Jar front X. Jar front Y. Cannon front. There's the shadow. Shadow Y. So we're actually going to take this entire gun flare and put it into shadow Y. Boom. Right there. The reason why we do that is because when that flashbang goes off, we want to make sure that it's in the same spot where the gun actually does, does the shooting. Goes bang. All of that. So now that we got that done, we're going to save here. And then go back to our animation. And now that should be affected the same way as well. And it is. Perfect. That is exactly what we needed. Let's move that up back there to 21. Jar bang is at 100. And the body should also be bumped up to... Actually, you know what? Bump it up to 6. That part should be fine. Also, Fortune, welcome on in. How you be? I hope things are going well. Let's give a shout out to Fortune. How y'all be? Hope things are going well. Hope things are good. All of that crazy stuff. Hope y'all are all enjoying your week. Oh yeah, reward yourself, Lampy. Soon. But I gotta get that big model set up first. And I'm not gonna lie, the Eldritch Abomination, that was a really fun model to work on. I really liked how that one came out. Plus, it was actually a lot easier than I expected. It was a lot easier to draw. Granted, trying to figure out one aspect of it was very, very tricky. But once I got that done, boom, everything else was smooth sailing. Birth dino? Yeah, birthday dino. Let's see. I have salt and vinegar chips. Ooh. Dang, now I want chips. Right. My brothers went to the supermarket, or are planning to go to the supermarket today. Finally, some food. Alright, once we get to this point here, I want to bring the flash gone. Or yeah, I want to make the flash go away. And then at this point, we're going to bring everything back to where it was. So, jar goes back down. Everything goes back to standard. You know what? No. Forget that part. Leave the jar where it is. I'm actually just going to delete that one. We don't need it to stay there. We just need the gun to be visible when everything goes off. So... oh, right. We also need to make this one 0 at the wavefront. At this point, it's just working on things. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? At this point, it's just trial and error. I'm not gonna lie, I think I want to take this point all the way here, so when... oh, right. I also need to bring that back to the center. Make that point. So it starts in this... yeah, so it starts in the center, moves up. Now let's give that a shot. Nah, moves too slow. So we need to cram this in a little bit more. Now let's take this point, bring it to here at least. Nah, still not high enough. Oh, right, that was just the body. Let's move that over a little more. Let's take that point, move that over a little more. Wait, are those in the same spot? Yeah, they're in the same spot. Okay, so the flash should also be a little bit closer. So let's actually take these 2 points, these 2 marks, pull them in a little bit closer. Right here should be good. But then we need to shrink everything else down. So maybe right there? Maybe. Let's give that an honest shot. Let's leave it at that point. Take that mark. Move it all the way over here. Now, let's give this animation a shot, shall we? Not quite. Because the flash should be going off right before the body even moves. So let's bump this back up a little bit more. And let's find out where that body movement is. The flash, I think we can actually bring a little bit lower. So right there. Because I think the explosion works just fine. It's just everything else needs to move up just a little bit more. At this point, it's just adding little dots, adding keyframes, and trial and erroring this point. We'll figure it out. Right there should be good. Let's take that point and let's find out where does this all end. Also, let's leave a little bit of pause now that I think about it. Let's leave a small pause after the gunfire. Let's give this a shot. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Not quite high enough. So here's what we're gonna do. Once it reaches that peak, we're actually just going to make it go all the way up. Put some real recoil behind all of that. Now, let's see how that goes. Something seems a little off about it. I feel like it's moving too quick, but let me check something. Okay, I think I'm seeing something right here. I think I'm realizing something. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's see. Let me try to catch up with a lot of stuff because I kind of got distracted by the animation. Let's catch up with some reading here. Let's also zoom or shrink this down so we can zoom this in so we can actually see what's going on there. We're gonna let it play for a moment. And maybe I could figure out what's wrong with it. Maybe it's the body that's moving too high. You know what? Let me try something. What if I bring the body back down a bit? Let me find that point. Also, let me try to catch up some reading. I forgot about that part. I got distracted by that point. All right, I'm doing fine. I see you're doing another model of yourself with a futuristic gun. Oh yeah, no, we're going the opposite route. It's literally just a jar with, it's literally just gonna be a jar with gunpowder. So it's gonna be a, what are they called? What are they called? Hold on a minute. So it's gonna be a blunderbuss. That's basically what we're making. We're just making a blunderbuss out of a jar. Also inspired by Elden Ring. All right, let's see. I do have gifts, just not the uncovered and unknown ones. That's also fair. That's also reasonable. I know that feel all too well. Having gifts, I don't know what that's like. We're all just people out here. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling words at this point. Let's see. I specifically chose them this time. Oh, that's what you meant. Also fair and reasonable. That's what... Okay. Well, that's what I did for Christmas because my brother didn't know what to get me for Christmas. I was like, I have been sitting here trying to figure out what on earth to get, and I was feeling bad because I didn't know what one of my brothers would have wanted. And my older brother just straight up tells me, like, so tell me what you want because I didn't know what to get you. I'm like, well, at least I know it's not just me. So question, is Lampy based on a specific moth? Okay, so I based it off of two moths that I don't know the exact specific names for. The first one is the common clothes moth, because let's be honest, when you think of most moths, you usually think of that one that's flying around in your room, banging their face into your computer screen or your TV screen, or your light on the outside or inside your house or outside, as well as that one moth meme. Let me see if I have that meme somewhere around here. Let me go find that meme. Wait, no. I'm supposed to be animating. Well, actually, now that I'm here, let me look at something else. I'm gonna check something at the moment. I'm gonna look at the old file that I made. The old moth animation. Let's go to Lampy models. Let's go to moth 2. Let's go to zoom wing gun animation. Here we go. Let's go to gun animation and see what on earth did I do for that one. Oh, that's a new window. Let's close that one and let's take this animation and toss this here so I can see what on earth am I missing. That is a lot of keyframes there. Or maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Let's open up this window. Let's go to keyframe and parameters and let's see. So it starts off standard. There's the flash. Then it goes up. And it slowly comes back down. Okay, I understand now. Also, I want to check one other thing. Is the gun just automatically there? Yeah, the gun is at a certain point, and it is still 1 second. Okay, so what I'm seeing is I understand. I understand now. Okay. You know, I should just take those keyframes and just toss them in here, but let me see if I can pull this off again. Okay, so wait, let me see again. Was that part always there? Let me go back to the other layer. It was not. So it starts off without that option. Oh, I just deleted everything. Hold on. Let's bring all that back. Let's snag this option. Let's delete that one because that's not supposed to be there. Or that doesn't need to be there. And we need to find the gun flash. Let's delete that one. Let's move this over here. So this part doesn't need to... Wait, I think that part does need to be there. Let me double check on that flash. Let me go check on that flare. Okay, where on earth would that gun flare be? There it is. So it starts off with nothing until it hits that 0.6. Okay, I think I'm seeing this. Also, add start in a minute. I think I'm seeing this. So that is where the dot is. That's when the flashbang becomes. Okay. So let's go back over here. So we get rid of this part, because we don't need this one. We drop that point there. Let me see that previous animation. Let me double check. I'm starting to realize, why did I leave it there for like 4 points when I could just have that pause in between? Anyway, let's fix that up. So the flash is right there. And that point would be where the flash is about to end. So instead of putting 3 points, we're just going to put that one flash. So it starts right there. Boom. and then it fizzles out there. You know what? Why am I doing all of this? Let me just copy. I'm just looking at this right now. Like, why am I... You know what? Nah, I don't want to copy this one, but I'll keep everything up. Around this point where it goes back to 0, I think. Yeah, basically at point 12. And then it just stops right there. Okay, we're getting there. We're figuring this out. Yo, Silhouette. Or yeah, still doomed. How you be? Hope things are going well. Hope things are good. Want to know a fun fact about Ozzy Osbourne? You know what? Why not? What's this? Oh, ads are going on. Oh, wait, you're subbed. Yeah, let me know this fact about Ozzy Osbourne. What's the fact? Let me know. What's going on here? Also, let me see. I got a game called Urge for today, and I'm waiting for Noctua. Not to be mistaken with Hawktua. I apologize for that joke. I'm waiting for Noctua fans. Ah, fair. Not to be mistaken. Okay, I already made that joke. I'm not going to make it again. Thank you for the hydrate there, Brina. I greatly appreciate that. Dark Souls, or DS2, has a photo mode. When we say DS2, are we talking about Dark Souls 2 or Dead Space 2? I'm assuming Dark Souls 2. Lampy, you cannot imagine how happy I am. Oh, wait, Death Stranding 2 has photo mode. Death Stranding 2. Okay. Hold on. This is a message to the gaming industry. Stop using DS as your acronyms. We've already got 3 games that I know of that start with DS. We got Dark Souls, Dead Space, and Death Stranding. It's time to stop. It's time to chill. Stop using D and S in your games. If you come up with a name and you're like, hey, I love the name of this game, I want you to do something. Look at the first 2 letters. Does it start with D? Does it follow up with S? Then stop. Thank you there, Crow. I greatly appreciate that. Then it's time to stop. Thank you for the bit. Save your money. We need to stop with the DS in gaming acronyms. We already got too many of these. 2 was already confusing enough. Now there's a 3rd. Now there's 3 of them. We need to stop. We need to stop. All right, let's see. But I'm glad to hear that you got photo mode in Death Stranding 2. That's amazing stuff right there. That's amazing stuff.
Lampy moths.
Of course you would. All right, let's see. Thank you for the bits. I think I picked a Quemoth. What's a Quemoth? Or what would be a Quemoth? Or a white-lined Sphinx Moth. Oh, fair enough. You know what? Sphinx Moth is a good moth. That's a good option right there. Sphinx Moth? Wait. Which one's the Sphinx Moth again? I'm trying to remember. Which moth was I thinking about before that looked like a hummingbird? I know there was a specific name for that one. Or maybe the Sphinx Moth is the hummingbird. I don't know. Ozzy Osbourne once trolled a bunch of cultists by singing happy birthday to them and blowing out the candles. This was in 1970, by the way. Folks, I know what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna blow out all the candles on birthdays. I'm just gonna blow out everybody's candle. That's what you get, you freaky cultists. Absolute lunatics. That's what I'm gonna do now. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for the fun fact and the new inspiration for what I'm gonna do to troll these lunatics here. Oh yeah, I'll just say Death Stranding. Fair enough, fair enough. Dead Space, flails and happy. Yeah, exactly. White line Sphinx Moth. It looks like it. Ah, so it is the hummingbird moth then. Fair enough, fair enough. Exactly what it was like. I gotta do that then. That's exactly what I gotta do. Alright, so now let me see. So it starts there. We gotta move all the way back up here. We gotta go find the rest of the body. Let me rephrase that sentence. Let me try that again. We gotta find the other parameters and stuff. Let's go back over here. So, angle Y. Wait, why is there an angle X? Oh, there is no... Wait, there is an angle X. Why is there an angle X? Doesn't even do anything. You know what? I'm just going to trust that the process was there, but I don't know why there would be an angle X. Anyway, angle Y starts at 0, goes all the way to 1, and then slowly makes its way back down. That's what I needed to see. So, starts in the middle. Once it starts to flash, and it goes all the way up after said flash. And then as the flash is dying down, so does the body go down. Okay, I got it. So, no movement to this point. So let's drag this a little bit higher. So it starts right there. As it goes up, the body goes up until that flash is gone. So let's actually take this point and delete it. So it's supposed to end all the way over here. Wait, is it supposed to end all the way over there? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Let's go back over here. Bring this back down. Go back to the body angle and do the exact same thing. Take this point, drag it all the way across, right over there. Then take this point, find out where the flash begins. There it is. So move that over. Is that where the flare ends? Or that's where the flare begins to stop? Yeah, so it should be like that. Alright, let's give this a shot. This is what it says it does. This is what it says it does. Let's see. You know what? Sometimes looking back on your previous work makes work a whole lot easier, because I'm not gonna lie, this would have taken me forever to relearn. Why relearn it when you already have a file from what you did in the past to just remind you how it's done? Perfect. Now that we got that, we're gonna save this. Let's go back over here. Let's save. Let's pause the animation. We're done there. And now we're just going to move it all the way over. Well, now that we got all that set up, let's go to our export runtime. On our file tab, click on file. Go all the way down until we find export runtime. Once we see that, export motion file, click on that, put OK. All these windows will pop up. Just keep putting OK. Then it'll ask you to make an animation. So let's actually make a new box for that. New box. Rot. Moth. Oh, right. For some reason, I have caps lock on. Animation. Put OK. We're going to name that animation. We're going to call it Gun. And then we're going to put save. And there we go. We're all good. We're all good. We're all set on that one. That one should be solid enough. Now that that animation is done, we could actually close this, close that one too. And now we make another animation. This is going to be for the wing flapping. File, open, wing flap. Where do I put that? It should be over here somewhere. Model, no wait. Modeling, animation, click on that. Take this box, drag it down, put OK, shrink this sucker again, and figure out why that square isn't lined up later. It shouldn't be too big of a deal, but still, it's confusing me why that isn't lined up. Alright, so this should be an easy one. We're going to put it back to 1 second. Let's get our parameters set up. We're going to make sure that the wings are up. So, wings up, all the way at the beginning. I should be trying to figure this out, but at the same time, I'm also thinking, I already have a file for it, and I already cheated once. Why not cheat twice? Let's go get that file again. Because I gotta make 2 different animations anyway. I gotta make the wing flap. I gotta make the slow flap, and I gotta make the quick flap. Although, to be fair, I think the quick flap is real easy. Just gotta do this. Start at that end point, or start at one end point. Instead of starting in the middle, we start over... Where is wing flap? There it is. We start in the middle point there. Then at the halfway point, we drag it all the way across like so. Then at that... Or yeah, then at point... Or at the 1 second, we bring it all the way back over here. And that should be the end of it? Probably. But just to be safe, let's double check on that. Let's also name this one. We're going to name this one... Wing... Or we're going to call this one Fast. Let's save there. That's the file, Fast Flap. But now let's make sure that it actually does a fast flapping. No, that's the regular flap. So this is not going to be fast flap. Let's rename this one. This is just going to be called regular flap. Flap. Or, you know what? Wing flap. Overwrite? Yes. Now that we made that one, let's take everything that we just did and significantly shrink it down. Right here should be good. Let's actually test all of that out now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Not fast enough. We want to go full-on bug with that wing flap animation. Or maybe right here. Not quite. It's looking a little too buggy. No pun intended. Let's bring it to this point, maybe. Just make it 2 points in between everything. So 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. So this one should be over here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's give that an honest shot and see how it rolls. Not quite fast enough either, though. That's the problem. So you know what? I think I might know what it might be. Let's try this idea. Let's pause. Let's delete this one here. Bring that down. Bump this a little closer. Bump that a little closer. So this is the main point. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's give that an honest shot and see what happens. Almost. But let's bring this back to where they originally were. Now let's give it a shot. Nah, because when it hits that point, it just immediately comes back to here, and then it doesn't move since then. Maybe right there? Let's give that a shot. Nah, not quite. There's an odd pause in between the two. That's the problem. You know what? I gave it a shot on my own. Let's see what is missing. Let's go back to our older file and see what on earth did I not get right there. Let's find out. Fast flap animation. I forgot I'm just supposed to drag this over here. Okay, well, for one, it's a 2-second animation. I was not ready for that one. I thought it would have just been a simple thing. Well, alright then. Well, now I have my answer. So let's snag all of these points. Copy that. Yeah, wing flap just works like that. Okay. Well, but that's how it works. I was way off on that. So it's a 2-second animation. With a bit of pause in between. So apparently it's supposed to be 0.1, like so. And then a 2-second pause with that flap. And then we'll repeat that process. Let's find out if that's the case. Remembering old animations is tough, not gonna lie. Alright, copy keyframe. Go over to this one. Paste keyframes. What the? How'd that not work? Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. Let's delete all of that. Then we paste the keyframe. Still nothing? Hey, what gives? You know what? Forget that. We're just going to go with it this way. So, 0.1. So, it starts at the way end point. Pause right there. Makes it to the other end. 2. Okay, so I did have it right the first time. Okay, so, well, not the first time, but you know what I mean. So, right there. Wing flap goes all the way. No, wait, those are wings up. Keep that there. So, move wing flap all the way at the end. 1, 2, wings out. 1, 2, 3, wings back in. And then we just copy and paste that. Wait, hold on a minute. They're back in at that point, then 1 and 2, and then they're back out. 1 and 2. Okay, I get it now. Now after that is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And then they're back out again. And then we repeat the process from here. Copy. Move it 1 point over. Paste. 1 point over. Paste. 1 point over. And repeat the process until we're all the way to the end. Oh, we're missing a spot. So I guess at this point, just add one more. Okay, so if it stopped right there, then we put it at that last point and we put that last flash animation, and then we drag this box all the way over to here. And now let's give it a shot. There's our animation. There's the movement. There we go. And we're good. Let's close all the flapping now. Intend your puns? Never. Make me. Alright, let's also change this folder name. We're going to call this Rot Moth Model. Boom. Now that we got that all set, I also got to take care of one other thing. Had to check up on the dogs, though. Alright. Now that we got the wing flapping animation, it's time for the next step. We gotta save this, we gotta load it as one of those animation files. We should be all good. That should honestly be all the animations we need, I think. We might need a wing down animation, I can't quite remember. There might be a wing down toggle or something like that. I gotta double check on all of that. In the meantime, let's save. Let's load that animation. We could also stop it now. Export runtime, export file, put OK, new file there. Open up Rot Moth Model, animation. That's gun animation, and I want to call that one Fast Flap. That's Fast Flap right there. And that's regular one. We got to get rid of that. Did I make the other flapping animation? I think I did. Let me see. Let me go back to the Rot Moth model. Let me see. Do I still have that second animation? Oh no, this is the second animation. Okay, so what we're going to do here, next step. We're just going to go to this part. We're going to save. We're going to call this one... Well, let's rename that one to Fast Flap. And let's make a new file called Wing Flap, because we kind of got to do the wing again. Wing Flap. Put save. There it is. That's the new file. We're going to take all these ones that we just did. Get rid of all of that. And bring this down to a 2-second mark. Or not a 2-second mark, a 1-second mark. It's going to be right over there. Middle point is going to be where it's all the way out. End point is where we're going to bring it back in. Then we save and make that one more time. Export animation file, go all the way over there, do all of that stuff. Rot Moth model, animation. And we're just going to call this one Wing Flap. And then we save. And then we should be all good. Then we should be all set. You know what? You know what? I'm going to just save it right here. We're going to call it... Well, not call it, but here's what we're going to do next. Last part we need to do. Close that animation file. Now that we got all the animations, set it back to its default settings. And find out why it's not centered. Hey, you know what? I think that might answer that question. I don't know what this thing goes to. Warp Deformer Group. I think that was the thing that I had when it was just an entire thing. Let's grab all of these layers, all these deformers, make a big group for that. I'm going to call that one Root. Now let me double check on one thing. Yeah, it still moves the way it needs to. Now for the next step, what we need to do is just take this entire root layer, just move it over until everything seems centered. I don't know how I'm going to find out how it's centered, but so long as I can eyeball it and say, yeah, that looks like it's in the middle, That should be good to me. Right there looks centered. That one looks close enough. So then we could get rid of this root deformer. We don't need that. Let's save. And now for the last part. We're actually going to export this thing into VTube Studio. So let's export the file. Export as Mach 3 file. Click on that. Oh, right. We got to go to the texture atlas and fix a couple of things. Wait, did I never make a texture atlas? Well, that explains so much more. Let's start with that texture atlas then, shall we? Let's go to the tutorial screen over here. You know what? Just for the sake of it, let's put that as 4K by 4K. Or 4096. Put OK. Then all of our layers will pop up. And you know what? Let's remove a couple of these. Let's remove all of the jar parts. What on earth is that? Oh, that's the flash. So that was part of the jar. Okay, so we got rid of all those jar parts. I think this should be good. Let's do the automatic layout now. Let it automatically sort itself out. Then we make a new texture atlas. Same thing, 46 by 46. Take all these layers. Take all these parts. Right click on that. Place them in the object thingy. Obviously, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like a mess, and we do not want it to look like that. So, simple solution. Go to that automatic layout one more time. Click on that. This new window will pop up. It's only going to ask you, it's going to look complicated, but I'm going to let you know, it's going to be fairly simple. The only thing you really need to find out is the margin right here. How far do you want them to be separated from one another? By 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 100 pixels, all that sort of stuff. For me, I think 10 is a good number. After all of that, leave everything else alone. Don't touch any of that. Unless you know what you're doing. Me, myself, I don't know what I'm doing. So, I don't go anywhere near any of that stuff. Let's go back to that tutorial page so I can show you what I mean. We're just going to put the margin at 10. That is it. That is all. And then we put OK, and then boom, it sorts itself out. Now, we could adjust the size of all of this stuff if we really wanted to. Actually, as a matter of fact, since we got space, and since we got room, let's actually do that right now. Let's increase the size of these items just a bit. There we go. Just so, you know, it's easier to find them. This one, we can't really do that all that much. We'll leave that as is. Now let's click OK. And let's wait for all of that set up. Ugh. Now that we got that texture atlas all done, let's go back over here, File, Export Runtime. From Export Runtime, we go to Export as MOC3 file. Click on that. It's going to ask all these things. I don't know what they are, but we're just going to put OK. And now we got to find the right number for that thing. Or now we just got to place this in the proper file. Rot moth model right over here. Put that. Put it in the rot moth file, rot moth folder. Wait for that whole thing to go through. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Even though it's taking quite a bit of time, it should be nearly finished. And we should be done. The file is set. Let's actually click on that and see everything. I'm gonna wait for this thing to load. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing all of that, hold on a minute. Let's actually get this file. Let's actually get the entire folder. We're gonna test something right quick. We're gonna turn off VTube Studio for this too. So, say goodbye to all of that. We're gonna take this file. We're gonna go to Live2d. We're gonna toss that file in there. Open up VTube Studio. And here we go. Well, obviously, you just see Lampy for right now, but give it a moment. Give it a moment. We're going to test this sucker out. Rot Moth. Auto setup. Put OK. Alright, we got the Rot Moth going. Obviously, I didn't set up the toggles. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. We need to go back. We need to go back a little bit. Because it moves left. It moves right. That's all good. It's angle Z that's a little messed up. Because when I turn my head to the right, it turns the head to the left. And we don't want that. We do not want that. I'm just going to toss a little Rot Moth over here, though. So we can fix that up. Because that one's a simple solution. Where are you? I know what song is playing in your head right now, and I'm so sorry. Alright, let's go to angle Z. Let's select that, and let's reflect. So now, when it moves to the right, it'll go in the other direction. Because I forgot that the Z angle is a bit warped like that, because it turns out we needed it to go the opposite way. For some reason. Also, hold on, I need to go check on the dogs. It sounds like they're fighting again. I swear, those dogs, I leave them alone for 5 minutes and they start fighting each other again. Alright, with all of that done, now that I went through all of that work, let's catch up with a lot of reading, because I missed out on a lot of stuff. I missed out on God knows how much reading going on. Alright, 1, Blaze31, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. 2, let's catch up with some things. Alright, so Sphinx Moth. I saw that part. Honestly, Quee, the white-lined Sphinx Moth might be the way to go. I agree. Go with Sphinx Moth. Unless there's another moth that has some sort of purple. Ozzy Osbourne hates the color green. He considers green an unlucky color. He bought a Lamborghini and crashed it in the same day. I wonder. I gotta start looking this stuff up. My favorite photo modes in... Also, Doomed, thank you for the save. I greatly appreciate that. My favorite photo modes in games have been Cyberpunk, Death Stranding 2, and Horizon 1 and 2. Horizon Zero Dawn? Wait, does Horizon Zero Dawn have a... Or is... Wait, are we talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, or are we talking about a different Horizon? Intend your puns? Never. Let's see. Definitely not a Mac 1. Wait, which one's a Mac 1? Lampy's a ghost. What? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no ghosting here. I think. Look, I may be dead, but that's not the point. Well, hi there, Lampy. Yo, Katamari, the shark tomboy. How you be? Hope things are going well. You're just in time. We are now bug. Wait. Oh, that's why. Because when it moves left or right, that's why. I was wondering for a second, like, wait, why is one arm not moving far enough? I might need to fix that part. I might need to bring those arms down just a bit more when the body looks up. So I feel like that part is a little wonky. Just a bit. Just a bit. But overall, I think this came out really, really well. Except for that part. Let me see something, actually. Wait, I'm in the wrong file. Let me go to VTube Studio. Let me see something here. Is that always the case? Moth. Ah, see, that's what I'm looking at. Like, it works just fine here, but for some reason with the other model, it ain't working right. Let me fix that. I'm good. Just eating... Oh, let's see. I'm good. Just editing a model. Wasn't... Oh, let's see. Wasn't happy with it when I was doing art, so I closed the program and pulled up the model. Ah, fair. I hope the model work is going well. I hope it's getting easier, and I hope you're getting the solution you're looking for. Because, yeah, I know that feeling. I'm having that same issue right over here with this model, as a matter of fact. Well, yeah, let me see. Death Stranding screenshots? Ah, fair. Just got some nice screenshots from that game. Hey, that's good to hear. Also, let me do the stretch right quick. Thank you for the stretch. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, Sugar Mutant. Hey, I didn't know you were streaming right now. Let's give a shout out to Sugar. What were you up to? What were you doing? Were you working on the model again? Go check out the Sugar. I highly recommend that you do. They do a lot of arting. They play a good variety of games. They also do Live2d Rigging. They are learning that stuff. I highly recommend checking them out when you get the chance. And everybody stopping by. Hold on a minute. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes a Live2d Rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Today we're currently working on Rot Moth model. I hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding a run, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy your stay. Yes, the model, or the Rot Moth model right now is just being tracked by a mouse. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. But there was a couple of things that I noticed while working on the model, or while showing off the model, was that one, we need to fix the arm rotation, or the body rotation. And the second thing was the arms didn't quite go far enough when it came to the body movement. Thank you for the crab rave there, John. And thank you for the stretch there, Sugar. Yeah. Dude, I need a new brain. I read editing as eating. I too read it as eating. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that part like, eating? Dang, I need food now. Then I realized, oh, editing. Yeah, that's on me. I actually just figured it out, but now I have to go in-hand work with the entire chest area. Ah, fair. I'm wishing you the best of luck there, friend. I know that feeling. I'm still trying to figure out this arm right quick. Let me see. Also, hold on one second. Okay, so groceries are here. Yeah, groceries are here. My brother is back, and the dog is yelping like bloody murder is going on. So I'm gonna have to call it a day right here. We're gonna go find someone to raid. Let me see who is on at this hour that I could drop you folks off with. We also gotta make this quick. Unfortunately, I do gotta get going. You know what? Because I think that dog's just going to get louder over time. Let me see. You know what? Let's drop you folks off over here. Wait. You know what? I haven't been here in a minute, so we're going to drop you folks off at the slump. They play a good variety of retro games, so if you're a fan of retro games, this is a good place to go. It's also a very, very chill time. Let's drop you folks off for birthday. Here is the raid message. Actually, you know what? Yeah, here is the raid message. Also, the music just died on... Oh, wrong earphone. Okay, so we're going to put this over here. We're going to put raw, moth. And we're just going to put that. That's our raid message. And now let's raid on out, because I unfortunately got to get going. Things got a lot louder than I had expected it to be. But I will be back tomorrow for some Elden Ring Night Rain, because I really want to play Night Rain. So, if you're a fan of Night Rain, this is a good time to roll on in. If you're not a fan of Night Rain, that's completely fair too. You don't have to watch the stream or anything like that. But if you just want to watch this bug play some dumb nonsense, then this is a good time. Alright. With that being said, thank you all for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. I will probably... You know what? Tomorrow I'll have the Rot Moth model ready, so look forward to that. I'll have the the Rot Moth model set up so I could actually try test it out a bit. I'm not going to show all the features yet, obviously, or I'm not going to test out all the features, but I'm going to just test out the model, see how it runs, see how it rolls. With that being said, thank you all for stopping by. If you'd like to support the channel, you can check out the link page. We got all sorts of different ways where you can see what we're doing, see what we're working on, see when we're streaming, all of that stuff. And if you wanted affordable models, we have the Etsy page. If you wanted merch, like Lampy plushies, Lampy figures, we have the fourth wall page over there. We also have the coffee page for free stuff. And if you or someone you know is looking for Live2d models, both big and small, whether it just be the art or just the rig, emotes, assets, character sheets, character concepts, Live2d, or what's it called, animations, all of that stuff, you can either contact me directly or go to the vgen page. Every little bit helps because it keeps the roof over my head. With that being said, thank you all for stopping by. Always remember, you're all awesome in your own way because you folks make these streams and this community what it is. It's awesome chatting with you folks, cracking jokes, brainstorming, and all that. And if you lurk, that's great too. Get the fact that you took the time out of your day to have this bug rambling on and drawing in the background means more to me than you could possibly imagine. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right, the raid's about to start. You all have a good day. You all have a good day, good night. Show support, and I hope you take care.